Hello, we're back in the Fantom Zone, and we're just going to talk about whatever. I did not see Shang-Chi, but I'm okay. People can spoil it. If you saw it in the comments or whatever, let me know. Belle was here earlier. I don't know if you're still there. If you are, thanks for dropping in. Yeah, Canadians, I know. Your streams start like I am like fast asleep when your streams start. I'm like, it's like Bella's going live in like, half an hour. I'm like, half an hour. Like first half the time I'm asleep when I get that. And the other times it's like I'm literally getting into bed. We got to get up early for our jobs. Hey, Suscast, what's going on? Steve is already here. Let's just bring Steve right in. Hey, Steve.
Hey, J-Man.
All right. So did you see What If?
Yes, I did.
All right. We can talk about that one.
Okay.
And Sean is going to be coming. I don't know. I think Greymalkin's coming. I don't know. I just send Greymalkin and Sean. I just send them the link, and then if they show up whenever the hell they feel like showing. Oh, I technically was supposed to start at 7, but we were watching Ben-Hur today. We watched classics on the weekend. So we were watching Ben-Hur, and for some reason I thought it was like 4.5 hours, but it's actually more like just under 4 hours. It's more like 3 hours, and it's like 3 hours and 40 minutes or something. So I thought, oh, it's not going to be done in time for 6:30. So, but it was done in time for 6:30. So I'm like, oh, well, or 40 till I boot up the computer and all that. So that's why we started early, just cause. Okay. And, we also watched Superman 4, yesterday just to, we watch those in rotation. So every maybe every couple of years we'll start 1, 2, 3, 4 in order. I mean, I still like Superman 4. So what do you want from me?
Well, the double dating scene is still like one of my favorite scenes in the Superman series. I mean, 1 and 2 are admittedly like serious, and they're very good because they're serious. Two is probably, if I was looking at objectively, 2 is probably the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Though 1 is still pretty damn good. My favorite's still 3, and I like 4. Like, it feels a little bit choppy, but like I don't know. I like John Cryer as the nephew. I know he's a ridiculous goof, but like so is Otis, so I'm not really that upset about it.
Right.
That double dating scene is so good. I can't even describe like how he juggles that is awesome. And he fights Nuclear Man, who is a great character.
He's awesome.
So I can't and Lex Luthor grows his own villain. Like,
yeah, that's cool.
That's an awesome idea. So I don't know. Like, they're all good. They all have 1 and 2 are ones you can sit down and appreciate, but 3 and 4 you might throw in a bit more because they're just fun. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I want as a kid I liked 2 and 4 the best because part 1 was too long. Part 3 didn't really have a proper villain to fight, and part 2 had Zod, and part 3 had Nuclear Man. So to me, that's what I wanted out of Superman. I want him to fight a villain. I wasn't a big Lex Luthor fan in any of the movies or any of the times I've seen him in live action. I liked him when he had his super suit and he would fight Superman or make stuff. So this is kid, like me as a kid thinking back, right? Like I love Superman 4. It was 90 minutes. They got to the fighting. The first like half an hour, it's all good, ready to go. It's like the story's all set up and then it just plays out. Watching it as an adult, I can pinpoint the exact moment actually where that movie falls apart. And that is right when Superman gets the energy from the crystal, gets back his powers, gets rid of the nuclear poisoning, the radiation poisoning or whatever. And then right at that moment, Nuclear Man is there and he arises and he sees the newspaper and he sees, Lacey or whatever, Mariel Hemingway's picture. And he's like, oh, and then he goes and then he flies to Daily Planet and Superman's like, no, you'll never get her. And it's like, wait, what is going on? Like, how does he know to go there? Like, how does Superman, because Superman lays a trap for him by making him go into the elevator and then ripping it out and throwing it to the moon. And it's like, okay, what the hell? And then it obviously in your adulthood, you research these things and you find out there's like an entire 30 minutes missing. of extra footage where Nuclear Man, the one that we saw, was the second Nuclear Man. The first one was what's his face? I think it was Richard Mall played him.
Yeah.
And there's all this thing where he goes to this nightclub because they're doing Clark and Lacey are doing their Metropolis, After Dark or something, whatever their thing, and like they go to a nightclub and all that stuff, and Clark is there, and then Nuclear Man shows up there and causes havoc, sees her, forms a connection with her, right? And then we know that Superman and him have the same DNA, so they could be linked that way. So Superman can find each other, right? Mm-hmm. But all that's gone. So if you don't know any of that and you're just watching it, you're just like, whoa, this doesn't make any sense. What is going on here? So that's the problem. It's not the effects are not great, and we know the budget was cut. Yeah. Like Supergirl's effects are better than this one.
Yes.
And there's also weird powers. Now people say Superman had weird powers in Superman Part 2. Granted, but again, that was in the Fortress of Solitude, which again is his laboratory. So he can create projections or, whatever. He can make up stuff. Superman 4, they literally destroy the Great Wall, and then he like looks at it and he builds it all back. I'm thinking, well, you have telekinetic powers. Like, why don't you use it becomes a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
But that movie needs the quote unquote director cut, the way that they do it now, where it's like we need the hashtag Superman 4 cut. But Superman 3, as is on its own, I can remove 15 minutes from that movie, and then it's pretty damn good. Like, very easily. Like, Gus causing all that havoc, and like the walk sign and the don't walk sign fighting, like that's stupidness. Just get rid of that.
Yeah.
Him getting the guy drunk, him getting Brad drunk in order to take over, just cut that scene. It really goes on forever. It's stupid. Cut that. I would completely eliminate the entire him skiing down the hill. Just remove that. He just says, "Oh, Superman stopped your thing." That's it. And then show the flashbacks of Superman stopping it. Because Gus going off a high-rise building on skis, falling down,
ridiculous.
And then he survives. It's like, this is really like, it kind of broke the movie's rules of like, whoa, this is like really stupid. Like, what happened here? Other than that, though, there's a lot of funny, like the Richard Pryor parts. Some of them are funny. I would keep all of that. If you literally just need to cut 15 minutes, and then Superman 3 is perfect. Like 1, 2, and 3, that's like a perfect trilogy. It's all good. Superman 4, unfortunately, because of the lost story elements, I can't piece that together. Like, I would have to do a completely new edit, or not edit. I need new footage, and I need the entire Great Wall part to be removed, because how he builds it back, or they just leave it destroyed.
Yeah,
whatever.
Well, that's like, and Superman 3 was still like weird. And remember the lottery winners, and then they go. And they come back and they're all destroyed, but you don't really see what happened. They just came back and they were all destroyed. And
you do see what happened. You do that. Those are the people where the tornado hit or whatever.
Oh yeah, the tornado hit. Yeah.
Yeah, they were there. That's where they were.
That's true.
So again, it's like that's like such a background thing. I've seen that movie 1,000 times, so I remember like that's where they were. Like, why is that even like? Why is that even a thing?
Yeah, I know, exactly. Like the basic moral thing, and Perry White gets that computer thing, and it blows up immediately. And like the new way to do the balls, the computer does it, and it's obviously an anti-technology movie. Which why it's in the Superman movie, I don't know, but like
I don't know either.
I mean, there's so many like great parts in that movie. I do forgive it a lot, and it is the first Superman movie I ever saw in the theater. So, but it's funny because you see sometimes, because everyone's dying over director's cuts, and sometimes it does work. Like Daredevil, like in the theatrical Daredevil, he just seems to figure out it's Wilson Fisk. He's like, it's Wilson Fisk. It's like,
right.
But how did you come to this conclusion? Director's cut showed you he actually did investigate. I'm like, oh, Daredevil did investigations. He pieced it together. That's what I want to see, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they help some like. Literally this kind of like everything on planet Earth, everything is a case by case basis.
Yeah.
You can't say now that we got one director's cut, every director, we should go back in time and revisit every movie that's ever been, and we're going to fix all these movies. if Daredevil never got a director's cut, I don't think that director's cut of Daredevil made it for going from garbage to awesome.
Right.
It made it from like, I liked Daredevil. I watched it. I said, well, Bullseye's kind of trash.
Yeah.
Kingpin wasn't really that great. Elektra wasn't really that great. I'm like, okay, Daredevil himself looked cool, and I liked Ben Affleck as Daredevil, and I liked the way they did his fights and stuff. I like the one man can make a difference. He's hurt all the time, that kind of thing. So I liked all that stuff. But it just didn't go anywhere, right? It was just like, you're like, oh, okay. So it was an okay movie. Like, it was like, let's say a 6 out of 10. The director's cut made it what, like a 6.5 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10? Like, it fixed one issue. It didn't fix the garbage Bullseye. It didn't fix the crappy Elektra. Like, to me, the problems were too big. That's why I'm saying with the Ayer cut, I don't think that there's too many negatives for the director's cut to solve. It might solve some negatives, but Enchantress is still the villain and her lame brother. Yeah. That's the main thing I don't like. The music, it's too much of a pop music video. There's like a new song every 5 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that could just be very easily fixed. So the tone is fine. The character portrayals are pretty much fine, right? Yeah. I don't like Scarface Joker, and I don't like Enchantress. What editing is going to say? This is not the Zack Snyder Justice League talk, where Zack Snyder had his movie planned out and then it got removed, like sections got removed. Oh, I'll just put them back in. Oh, okay. But that's not what's going on here. I don't like the villains. You can't edit out Joker, unless you're going to take out all the Joker scenes. But if you do that, he plays a part in the story. So how do you fix that? You can't fix it. I don't think Director's Cut can fix it, man.
No, because the director's cut, I know a lot of people fixate on the fact that there's a lot of Joker missing from the movie. And yeah, it feels like, Jared Leto's Joker went missing after a while. It's like, why is this character in here? Like, it just felt like, other than to explain Harley Quinn's origin, which we all knew anyway.
Why do you need that?
Yeah, I don't understand. So, okay, let's say you throw the Joker parts back in, just for argument's sake. Okay, you're still fighting Enchantress at the end. The CGI is terrible.
Right.
And it was just, she was a terrible villain.
She
goes with her brother and they become like monsters, and sure. I don't understand.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like okay, maybe you can't. I don't think you can fix her. Like Steppenwolf got fixed. He's really the only character, in my opinion, that really got a lot better.
He got fixed. The CGI got fixed.
He looked better. His whole story was better.
Yeah, his own storyline made sense now. The mother boxes.
Mother boxes. Yeah. So that was really the big problem of the first Justice League that came out, was the villain was weak. Yeah. And that got fixed. Other than that, they still made it way too long. I'm never watching that last half an hour because it's just that's never gonna go anywhere. So I have zero interest in the Nightmare timeline. I'm not even zero interest. I have negative interest. I don't want it. So So I pre-ordered my 4K Justice League. I'm going to just when they cut. I'm going to literally stop it at that part, just not one, because it's there's no reason for it. Ayer cut. I don't think it can fix anything. Maybe it can't make Enchantress better. She sucks. Her brother sucks. Steppenwolf got better. Okay, Steppenwolf got better. That's a legit fix. Okay, everyone can agree that Steppenwolf got better. He looked better. His story was better. But you can't fix Enchantress because you can't see. Firstly, I don't like that she's normal. She should look like that when she was all looking like the rig, the ring or whatever. Yeah. That's why I like that. It's then they made her that girl's face. I don't care about that girl's face. Right? I don't think it can be fixed. Daredevil got fixed a little bit. Whatever. What else got there's not too many movies that really got fixed.
It got confusing.
If you look back,
it got confusing. Close Encounter of the Third Kind arguably didn't need to be fixed, but then all these versions came out. I don't know why. Blade Runner, I guess it got fixed somewhat like that. People didn't like the voiceover. Fine.
Right.
But again, the problem with a lot of these movies is I get confused about what the hell I'm watching now. Blade Runner's bad. That's 5 versions.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Dawn of the Dead is, well, there's 4 versions. I understand that the theatrical version is the real version and everything else is like different, like different cuts. Like this is a European cut. This is sometimes I know why they give us different cuts. It's like cool to have all these cuts, but I want to just watch a movie. Like I don't want.
What was the actual movie you wanted?
Yeah, exactly. Like Alien, all 4 movies got alternate cuts, and I'm like, of the 4, I can't think of one of the 4 that's better than the original.
No, I like original Alien theatrical. And I did the litmus test. I watched Alien director's cut right after it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the same movie. Okay, so we see Dallas and stuff. Well, who cares? I mean, but they removed other little bits too. That's like, the theatrical's fine. Yeah. I actually do not like Alien's director's cut.
Yeah.
I know they added that Gatling gun thing. That was kind of cool. But Alien's director's cut is just nightmare slow. Yeah. It's like that entire beginning. It's like, I don't care about
your daughter
the daughter and all. Yeah, I don't care about any of that at all. It's like, just get the Marines in there. I know everyone loves Aliens and it's like this big masterpiece or whatever. It's a cool movie. It's not a masterpiece in my opinion, but it's a very cool movie that is fine the way it is. You put it on for a cool action movie, and that's what you watch.
Yeah, I mean, the best parts are when it's just Michael Biehn, Bill Paxton, those guys like in the room with the they're in the room with us, and it's like, where the hell?
Yeah, the little
ceiling.
Yeah, the ceiling.
Cool. Like, it really, like, you have to get rid of all the Marines because it starts off, they're just a bunch of macho Marines, and they're like, yeah. I mean, the cool. Perversely, the best part is they're going to get annihilated by the aliens, and you're looking forward to it because these smug schmucks are like, yeah, we're going to come in and do this. It's like, yeah, you're going to get destroyed, and
you guys are dying.
It's just fun to see that, like, to get them to watch it. And Bill Paxton's like this big like macho guy, and he turns like mega wimpy in 1 second. He's like, game over, man, game over,
man,
like
game over.
Paxton was awesome in that movie, but it's fun to see that sort of thing. But like, I don't, you're right. It's way too long on the director's cut. It takes way too long to get going. There's a reason that movie was cut. Alien 3, I don't think you can save that movie in either cut. It's a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And I really like Resurrection's original cut. The director's cut added nothing for me.
Yeah, Alien 3, I like it. I did take the test, and I watched it again, and I watched it again like not too long ago, last year during the pan, and we watched all 4, and like literally, like it's just like 3 is just like, I don't know, it's just not exciting.
No,
there's no dramatics going on. There's no horror element. Like part 1 had horror elements, mystery elements, discovering new things. It was like
the beginning of the douchey hot take. It's like, hot take. Why don't we like take away all the fun elements of this and why don't we kill off all the characters that people thought, what would a sequel be like with those characters?
Right.
So I figured out what the problem really was. Is that, and this is something that you only do if you're forced to, is you never have deaths of important characters previously off screen. Like, that just is a grave disservice to the character.
It's like you don't get them back. It's like, and now they're just dead. It's like, okay.
Like Michael Bihn's character and Newt both dying, just being dead at the beginning of Alien 3, you're like, what the shit did they survive? And it seems like what they survived in Aliens was a lot more intense than what happens in Alien 3.
Yeah, they don't deserve that fate based on everything they've gone through. That sort of the Marines died because we didn't care. Like, this is that whole thing. Like, when you get attached to a character, now you owe that character more than just killing them off.
Right, but like Maniac Cop did that. It's like the thing is,
but Maniac Cop he didn't die right away and off screen, and we just said
no,
he's dead.
They show it, and
he's alive for a while.
Yeah,
he's in there for like 20 minutes. It's not like it starts out and then he just gets killed and that's the end of it. I think he's in there for a bit.
I thought it was like the first 20 minutes, all the characters from the first one die.
Well, no. The first, it is only the girl doesn't die at all. She survives for half of it and then dies.
Oh,
the first half is the girl and Bruce Campbell, and then what's her name? The hidden, Claudia Christian. Then Claudia Christian and Robert Davi take over the primary roles or whatever, and then Robert Davi stays into Maniac Cop 3. But like also Maniac Cop, like. I love Maniac.
It's not
Cop.
Alien, I know.
It's not Alien, Sean. Like, where are you going with this? It's like, well, in the second part of Lawrence of Arabia, this guy died. I'm like,
the first time I saw that was the third Mummy movie from the Universal movies, like the old ones, not the new shit ones. Where in the second one they introduce all these characters and they're the heroes and they survive. And in the third one, the beginning of the third one, they're old. And the mummy comes back and kills like every single fucking one of them.
Well, they shouldn't have messed with them.
Yeah.
But that's okay because at least you got some finality. You saw their deaths. Like I and you got some finality with it. Whereas Alien 3, like Newt and Michael Bihn's character, I want to say Hudson, but Hudson was Paxton. It was
Michael Biehn is Hicks.
Yeah. So Hicks and Newt it's very anticlimactic. They just died. Like apparently they can't like pilot a spaceship and they just freaking like crash and die. I'm like, well, no one wants to see that. Like they should die like a better death than that. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah, and if you don't want to use them, then I don't know. It's just like it's that thing. It's like you want to get rid of them in some cheap way, but people aren't going to like that, and then you can't be surprised when people don't like it. Also, with the Mummy, they grew old, so they had good lives.
It's true. They grew old, and
like this isn't like literally. This is the Terminator Dark Fate. We just dumped Schwarzenegger into that vat, and then he melted away. Oh, phew! We saved the future, and then shot. It's like, who thought this was a good idea? This is garbage.
The original. I'd have to read up on the development. I know it's legendary and everything, but I'm not so familiar with the development of Alien 3. Because I read the Mall World script. That was the original thing where they go to a world. It's a mall. It's a giant mall planet.
Yeah,
it's like a big space station. It's a mall, and that's where the aliens go. And so it's more fun. It's cool. It's a big action thing.
That sounds like what they made Alien Resurrection.
Alien 4 is more fun and gleeful, and it's just there's these things that are fun to shoot, and that's not really Alien either to me.
Right.
It's still fun. But,
it's entertaining.
But that's the first of the CGI aliens. And it's like,
they don't
Part 3 had CGI alien.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was awful. The CGI is awful.
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
I don't remember it so much,
Yeah, it's running around. It's the dog alien. It's where the alien is a dog, right?
Yeah, and then was it Kenner had the rights? They made everything into an alien.
Yeah,
every single stinking animal you could think of was an alien.
The toys are neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, I don't know. I like Alien 1. And then there's the other movies. To me, it's like there's Alien 1. And it's almost maybe like Prometheus and Alien 1. And then there's like these other movies that exist.
Yeah.
It's like Prometheus, Alien, Aliens, and the other ones I could I can lose them if we needed to. Alien Resurrection would be the next one, but like even that, it's like
I don't like that movie.
It's fun. Ron Perlman's in it. He's cool. I really like the guy with the French actor who was in Amelie, who was the short guy. He was in the chair. I thought that was
he's in the chair.
I think the underwater scene was really cool, where the aliens were chasing him
that was neat.
In the underwater. I don't know. I like it. Michael Wincott's in it. He's always, he's always good for a turn. Like very underrated character actor. I think the worst, Alien 3 and then Covenant was.
Oh, Covenant's bad. Covenant doesn't make any sense anyways. It's like everyone just forgot what they were doing, because it's like, what's the retconning here? It doesn't make any sense. In Prometheus, they show like a picture of an alien, so like they know what it is. But in that one's like it's the beginnings. Like that doesn't make any sense. Then none of this makes sense. No, you know what? Don't start over.
Don't start over. Leave it.
Just forget this ever happened.
Yeah,
Alien has its own legacy now and is done.
Yeah.
Until they make Alien Legacy.
No, I just saw something now. Like, what were they just saying? Like, I think they're talking about like another Terminator or something. It's like, guys, stop it.
Yeah, stop it, Terminator. Like they're making an Alien show, and we don't know what that's going to be.
It'll be garbage.
Yeah.
There's Alien
Hour. Yeah.
There's Alien Part 1. That's it. Stop.
You'll be like standing dancing like in Spaceballs. Like
Well, they're talking about a Gremlins animated.
When's that coming out?
I don't know. I saw things.
It's been coming out for 3 years. It's like what the hell?
Whatever. That'll be a bunch of garbage too.
It'll be nonsense.
Everything except
Gremlins a great thing to revive now with everything being run by technology. It makes so much sense, but I don't trust them to be clever with it.
It's not going to be clever.
Yeah,
Cobra Kai has been the only thing that I can think of that's been resurrected that hasn't been turned into a bunch of garbage. Everything else they've tried, like the He-Mans or Terminators or Aliens or any Predators.
To the pitfalls that people are afraid to fall into, because like logically Cobra Kai is weird because everyone starts converging with each other from their childhood now for no reason. But you know what? Who gives a fuck? It's a show cool. Where you want to see that, and no one ever questions like, oh, it's weird, Chosen's here and everything, and I don't know.
No one cares because they want to see Chosen. Yeah,
that's what's
Chosen's
happening.
The best.
And now they need Elizabeth Shue, and that's it.
No, they need Hilary Swank. I want Hilary Swank to show up. No, don't laugh. I'm dead serious. That would be the damn best. And then she goes side by side. They go side by like back to back, and then they fight. That'd be sick. It's like Daniel, you're all alone. You think I'm alone? I'm not alone. Whoosh, and then she could like flip into she could do like backflips and then land next to him.
She's not doing anything right now, so
she used
to be the hot flavor, and now it's like, oh, what is she doing?
I know she was in some movie or something.
She won back-to-back Oscars for like forgettable movies, and then now she's
she won for the biting her tongue off and dying in
great title,
baby, $1 million baby.
Yes. Great title.
Superman today. Simple.
I'm wearing Popeye. I've worn this before.
Oh yeah, we've seen that one.
It's supernatural.
Supernatural. Yeah. So what were our thoughts on What If? Which I literally forgot because I was watching this like Japanese show about a newspaper about a TV a TV station that reports news and stuff. It's called Stay Tuned. It's absolutely fantastic. It's only 5 episodes. I strongly suggest you watch it because the main girl in it is literally the greatest character ever. Like, she's super pumped for everything that she does, and she's like, "Yes." It's subtitles. So it's like, "Hi," and she's like all pumped up for everything. But she like totally she absolutely sucks at her job. But she's the most enthusiastic to do her job. But she doesn't suck because she's stupid. She just sucks because she just like doesn't know anything.
Was it live action?
Live action. It's based on a manga, and you know how like whenever they make these movies that are based on something, and then you never get the real thing. It's like maybe I'll share my screen after, and I'll show you the manga versus the show, and it's like exactly the same. It's like when you look at Lone Wolf and Cub, the manga, and then you look at Lone Wolf or Baby Cart, whatever it's called, and it's like, oh, that's exactly the same thing.
It's just they tried to tell the stories in live action rather than put a twist on it.
I didn't even know this was a manga, but while I was watching it, the way that they were doing things, and they would have like like stuff up here on the side and arrows pointing to people and say, "Oh, this guy doesn't understand what's going on," and there's like a bunch of guys saying there, and they point a guy to the back. It's like confused, I'm like, this is a manga, like come to life. And then I check it, and it actually is. I'm like, you should for sure. It's only 5 episodes. It's very fast. I 100% guarantee. I'm printing out a picture of the female character. I'm putting it in my cubicle at work because like she is super funny. Anyways, so yeah, and we're gonna talk about the Aquaman costume as well. But okay, What If? What did you guys think of What If? I'm not gonna do the whole space thing because I don't care. Steve, did you like this one?
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
I think it was fine. Like I've given up the idea that this is really going to be what if. So it's more like elseworld tales with the MCU. I guess is what it really is.
Sure.
Yeah, it's fine. Like Doctor Strange, I like the Benedict Cumberbatch interpretation of Doctor Strange. I always like it. This is like, what if Doctor Strange turned bad? Basically, I know they very said, well, what if he lost his heart instead of his hands? I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm no longer taking this series seriously. It's just like, okay, tell me a story. I'm just going to judge it based on what I see, as opposed to what I think it should be. And yeah, it's fine. It was entertaining. Villainous Doctor Strange versus heroic Doctor Strange was fine. Right. He's heroic in the end. Whatever. Yeah, it's passable.
All right, Sean, what did you think?
We lost Sean.
Oh, are you frozen?
He's frozen.
I'll put you back. Oh, no, he's back. Hey, can you hear us, Sean?
KFC Wi-Fi.
No. Hello.
There we go.
There we go. Sean, you back?
Yep.
What'd you think of What If?
I don't know. I'm really on the opposite side of the tracks from everyone else on What If. I don't know. I didn't like it because I like the fact that it's macabre and I think the universe ends at the end. I guess that happened all the time in What If, so that's cool. And I like that they're now establishing that as the brand for What If among newbies that don't know anything about What If. Like I've seen all these reviews and stuff. They're like, oh my god, they're really going for it. It's like, have you never read the comics, Dick? It's been around since before I was born, fuck ass. But anyway,
okay.
So that's cool. But it's just the scenario is fucking dumb. I had to look up who that girl was. It's like she's in the movie, but I was like, was she in the car? I can't remember.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, so what the hell was all that? It's like, it really is, you have to go by the title. That should be what the story is. It should be, what if he was actually in love with that nonsense character no one remembers? And what if she was in the car with them? And what if then she died? Like, that's
and what if he can't take it back?
Yeah. And the whole business of every reality she dies, like, really? Not in a fucking movie we saw. So yeah, it's really it's contrivance rather than being clever. It's funny because while I was watching this show, you know what I did to try and bide my time while watching it? I wrote out real what if scenarios from the MCU. I was like, you know what? These are the episodes I want to see. Like, what if Ultron won? Yeah. What if Captain America actually killed Iron Man in Civil War? Or the other way around. Do a double episode, right? What if Mordo became Doctor Strange? Because that almost happened in that movie.
Right.
That happened in the comic, but they could do a different thing. What if M'Baku won the fight against Black Panther? What if Killmonger won? And what would he do with Wakanda? Like, let's play out that scenario and see what the stakes really were. And it's like, though, that's what if. Like, that's what it should be. Not like a random character and what if he were in love with her? It's like, but none of that happened in the movie. So where's this shit coming from? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's, sometimes there were contrivances in the comic, but and I know, I'm going back to the comic all the time. Well, that's too fucking bad because it was a comic. I don't like. I know we haven't talked about this much in the past, but this is just the way it is. Marvel is now MCU Marvel. Right. Marvel, the brand, is now MCU. So when they made this what if thing, stupidly when they announced it, like a dumbass, knowing full well what it was going to be, I thought they're going to do, it's animated, so I thought they're going to do what if scenarios of all their Marvel universe. Right?
Yeah.
And then now it's like, no, it's just MCU. So you'll never see Fantastic Four do anything. It's like, what if it were the Fantastic Six? Like, no, you'll never see that kind of shit because it's going to be all their small ass MCU bullshit, right? And it's like they have to make up bullshit scenarios like this one. It's like, what if this random ass character, she probably got residuals for the likeness, eh? But what if this random ass character that was in the movie but you forgot about because fuck that character? what if Doctor Strange were in love with her and she was in the car at the time? Well, none of that was in there in the movie. It should be like something happened in the movie that almost happened and didn't, and then it's like, yeah, that like what if Iron Man and Spider-Man really did take off the gauntlet and Star-Lord wasn't being a dick? How would that play out? Would it end up being the same thing?
Right.
That's a what. No, that's what if. This sure, it's cool that everyone's clapping that it's so dark. I knew what if is dark, and I'm glad they're going that direction. That's cool. I'm just disappointed they have to come up with someone do that.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I mean, are you done, Sean? I'm
done. Sorry.
Frozen. Yeah. No. I mean, yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, what he said. I'm watching this. I'm like, I don't know who this character is. I don't remember this scene. This is dumb. I'm like, okay. And then he's like trying to save her. I'm like, well, I guess he can't save her even though he has magic. Like, why doesn't he just stop it? I'm like, okay. And then it's like, no, she's a fixed point in time, but she wasn't a fixed point in time in the MCU. So if this is a what if, if this is a like, I'm like, if this is a what if, like, I knew it was what if MCU. I knew that. And
I knew in the back of my head. I didn't want to believe it.
No, I knew it. Because they're getting their voices and stuff, right? So anyways, and then it's like, okay, and they're driving the car. I'm like, I don't remember any of this. I'm like, who is this character? And no point asking my wife because she remembers nothing about anything. We'll finish the movie and then like a week later, it's like we can rewatch it. So she didn't know any of that stuff.
So
okay, so then she dies and it gets repeated. I'm like, okay, and then it's like, well, why doesn't he use his magic to save her? I don't get it. It's like she didn't die in that other universe. Okay, I don't get this. And then it's like, oh, she's a fixed point of this universe. I'm like, okay, so she's a fixed point. And then Doctor Strange in the present gets over it. No, but he doesn't get over it. There's another multiverse where he gets over it, and then he doesn't get over it. And now those two are together. Or is that the same? It's like, well, in the future he doesn't get over it, so I'm bringing back the past version. I'm like, no, hold on. And then here comes the superhero debate thing, which is who beats who. Well, we have younger Doctor Strange who just became Sorcerer Supreme, and we have older Doctor Strange who is Sorcerer Supreme plus 400 other characters from other universes that he stole powers from, and he's gonna go toe to toe. I'm like, shouldn't he just disintegrate the old Doctor Strange? I'm like, okay, so that doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, okay, and then it's like, oh, the world just gets the universe ends. I'm like, that's cool. That's about it. Like, I don't care.
That's a contrivance too, because it's like people disintegrate because of this. Because like there's no real logical reason for it. Listen, City on the Edge of Forever did this first. And maybe it was done first in books, but like in TV, like that was the thing where what's her face he's trying to save her, and then he can't because everything's trying to kill. She's supposed to die, right? And it's like Kirk can't change that, right? So that was done there. I watched this as soon as they had this thing where he tried to like change it so that she doesn't die and then he can't. I was like, yeah, well, it's City on the Edge of Forever. Now I know that, but like I think for a lot of people watching this, it's the first time they've ever been exposed to this kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I've seen this story 100 times.
Oh my God, they invented the universe. It's so amazing. It's like,
no, it's not. And the other thing, Time Machine, the remake of Time Machine already showed this idea too. It's like,
I don't remember that movie.
It's this idea. If you've created the time machine to save your wife, then how can you save her? Like, because without her dying, there is no time machine. So the fact that you're using it automatically creates a paradox. If you try to stop it, it's a fixed point because you've created a time machine based on it.
Yeah.
So you can't save her. But then I started to think, it's like, okay, well, get over it, Doc. And the other thing too is like, why didn't Doctor Strange immediately try to save her? He defeats Dormammu and all this stuff. I'm like, well, why did you go through all this?
Time he's like, well, he doesn't know how to use that thing or whatever.
Whatever. Well, and then hold on, he goes to that Crystal Palace and it's like, oh, here's the book, and he finds it in 2 seconds. It's like, it's not this one. It's there it is. Okay, I thought you can't find this book. Like, oh. Go ahead, Steve. Go.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams did come back to voice the character.
Which, Jesus
Christ. Really weird. But the one thing I found funny too was, isn't the whole journey that he takes as Doctor Strange supposed to change him as a person? So what they're saying is that her death, even the Ancient One doing all this and dying, and him doing all this and killing,
didn't matter.
Didn't matter. Like his love for her, but he didn't even love her. They already established that in the actual episode when it said you just need to fix things. So he didn't even love her. He loves to fix things.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've given up on this thing. I watch it now just as a perfunctory thing because I know we're going to talk about it. I would have ended watching this after episode 3, to be honest.
You'll get it right in one episode. I predict there will be one episode, and I will be confused as to whether or not they understood what they were doing or they just did it by accident. Yeah.
It'll be by accident. The closest one was the Ant-Man one. That was the sort of the closest it got for me, where it was kind of interesting. But I don't know, man. I'm never rewatching any of these, at all. The first one was just the same movie except with Peggy Carter as Captain America, so that's a garbage thing. The next one was so nonsensical that nobody could piece together none of it made sense on any level.
Yeah.
The third one, it's a bit ho-hum. It's okay, so it's Ant-Man. All right, yeah, that's fine. It's cool to see Yellow Jacket in comic accurate costume. Yeah. That's what I took away from that one. And this one, what I took away was the universe ended. That's cool. And then the Watcher's there. It's the Watcher's no, I cannot interfere. It's okay, then
but you're
why
interfering right now.
Right now you're talking. Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, I know. I thought that too. I'm
I did
that's
too.
That's that scientific principle that you can never get 100% accuracy because the mere fact that you're observing something is also tainting its natural course. For example, if the three of us say, "Hey, let's go study gorillas in the mist," and then we go and study them, us being there has already tainted.
Yeah, it's altered
because you're right. We've already effed up something, so we're never going to get 100%, accurate results or whatever. It'll always be something. It's not. It'll still be pretty good. They'll ignore us after a while, right? But still. Anyways, the Watcher shows up. It's I am here to watch the universe end. It's well, you're a douchebag then. Why? The Watcher should just be here is a universe, and then that's it.
Yeah. The thing too is that they're establishing as well that all these things are canon. So unlike that, what if he would just spin tales of what would happen rather than saying what you're seeing here is an actual universe that's happening that spun out of these actions, right? It was just what if tales, right? But here it's all these. So people are oh, these characters are going to come back and other things. And I really hope not. Probably in that Multiverse of Madness bullshit movie, they'll probably all come back. But I don't know how they're going to do Captain Carter. It's that's mega CGI.
Okay, so
in every get a man and put her head on it.
So if every what if story is a new universe. And it's a canon universe, it's in canon as a multiverse, then why doesn't everyone look different and voiced by different actors? Because we've clearly established in Loki that there's only one Tom fucking Hiddleston and 100 other people, right? Well, there's 2 Tom Hiddlestons. It's why isn't there a different Doctor Strange then? It's they're so garbage with they're so garbage, and I'm gonna get angry here. They're so garbage with their little stupid bullshit. It's oh, see, Loki, we're being so progressive and all that. No, you're not. Fucking make everybody different. I want to see white Kang. Yeah. I want to see black Kang. I want to see Asian Kang. I want to see a gorilla as Kang. Yeah. I want to see a white guy Kang. I want to see a Native American woman as Kang. You're not gonna do that, are you? So what are you doing? What a piece of trash company. This entire thing has pissed me right off. It's you came forward as you're these big pumped guys. Oh, we're gonna have all this great stuff with Loki. He's gonna be different in every timeline. Well, no, you don't follow that in anything else. They don't follow their own rules. It's a bunch of crap. Nothing makes any sense.
There's one black one and there's one woman one, and that's about it. And then there's the kid and an alligator, whatever that was.
Right.
So alligators represent, right? But,
so why didn't we see an elephant version?
Because they're not thinking about this. They're not
right.
Really
they're not
fans,
and it's a bunch of garbage.
It's the whole. Listen, it's gonna all come back to what you said, J-Man, about that third episode of What If. Oh, second episode of What If. It's like, well, all this shit happened. Who's Black Panther? Like, if you ask that writer's room that, they'd be like, their eyes go, oh, like they wouldn't fucking know what to do with themselves. No one thought of that. And you're playing in the MCU. What the fuck? Right. You don't even understand what you're doing.
No, they don't even watch their own movies.
Strange loved the Rachel McAdams character that turned up for fucking 5 minutes of that movie. Like, who cares about that? I forgot she was even in that. That's a big
I forgot too.
Why the hell was she in that movie? It's like she didn't do anything. She doesn't even play Clea. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Rachel McAdams until Steven said it just now.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, Rachel McAdams did the voice. I'm like, okay.
Why would you spend the money?
It's so trash. Okay, Sus is asking, what if the Flash is inspired by What If Episode 4? There is potential story for the Flash movie that they can take notes from What If Episode 4. I hope they don't take notes from What If Episode 4 for the Flash movie. But I don't know. Like the Flash movie, this Flash movie, like, okay, I don't like the multiverse. Look, I like Crisis on Infinite Earths was like a big thing for me. That's sort of like I like Silver Age stuff. I don't think I really had Silver Age stuff because I would have been too young to actually been buying comics off the rack.
No, they had them like 50 cents and stuff in bins. Like back then, no one cared about Silver
I'm talking
Age.
about me going to the shop, going to the grocery store and picking them off the
Yeah.
So like in Man of Steel #1, our good buddy Byrne, what's it called? Wonder Woman #1, Perez, and all those guys, right? So it's like, what was it? This is the beginnings of what it is, right? Everybody's in one thing. I love Justice Society, and I love the way that they merged those guys back where they were kind of younger. And then they were older but younger, you know what I mean? Not as old as they should have been, right? But like whatever, middle age, like let's say 50s or something. So it's like, I like those comics a lot. Captain Marvel and all that.
Yeah, it's a plot device still, right?
Yeah,
it's so back then what they were doing, why they did.
Yes, I know why they did it.
Because every time they were so old, they're not like Marvel. They were so old that they had to explain why there was a 50s Superman and why so they had to consolidate everything into one thing and then start over, right? And then all this multiverse stuff with Marvel, with MCU and Warner Brothers DC is really to try and, I guess it's to try and get all of the different iterations you like into have them interrelate now and count as canon. So it's like Batman 89 now counts as part of the ongoing multiverse universe of everything that you see, everything that you've ever seen, even the Zack Snyder stuff, and everything going forward. But the thing is, I don't trust the studios to really understand how to do that. And everyone should take notes from DC Comics themselves. After Crisis on Infinite Earths, everyone clapped and thought it was brilliant. And they've kept rebooting ever fucking since. And it's fucking confusing to people. It's confusing to people who love comics. Right. So it's like once you do it, you never go back, and you dig yourself into a deeper and deeper and deeper hole. Anyway,
and Marvel does it with stupid stuff.
Yeah,
and
they finally did it. With that, was it the Convergence or whatever it was? I can't remember what it was called.
Convergence is DC.
Yeah, I can't remember what they fucking called the thing where all the Earths had to blow up and one Earth remained. Do you remember, Steve? Anyway, it was
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what it was called.
I can't remember what it was called.
Marvel Comics is ever since the Bronze Age. After the Bronze Age, the Marvel Comics has been a disaster.
Marvel went downhill in the mid '90s, and then DC.
It just has not climbed back.
DC went up and never looked back. DC Comics stories are better than Marvel Comic stories. They just are now. And it used to be the other way around. Like I was a Marvel kid, because Marvel was just more interesting. I mean, like I wanted to get into Superman. I was reading pre-Crisis Superman, post-Crisis on and off, but like really, like the Marvel stuff was better. And then they got too full of themselves, you know, like the Spider clone bullshit and the young Iron Man bullshit, and then they had to get like Liefeld and Lee like to like reboot their guys.
Shit, I'm reading that
you know.
Yeah. So Sean, you found that for me, the first 4 issues of the Rob Liefeld Captain America reboot, which I did not. When that came in, I was heavy Image comics. I was like, you know what, Image is cool. These other people are a bunch of whack jobs.
Yeah.
I always liked Superman, but I didn't read the comics because I'm like, like I love Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. I love all those characters, but I wasn't reading as much because I'm like, But anyways, and then Rob Liefeld did the Captain Americas. I'm just like, nah, pass. Yeah. Like Captain America for me was the Bronze Age ones or whatever the ones were that I have here, right? Yeah. Like, you know, where Red Skull and Cap fight to the death, that cover where they're like, oh, and they're like struggling and.
What turned me off with Liefeld Cap was the whole debate about the A. He's like, oh, I think the A looks stupid, so he put like the big like
the eagle
thing, and I was like, well, then I'm not gonna read your fucking comic.
Well, you know what? It's awesome. I read the first 4 and I love it, and I'm very close to saying I kind of think the eagle looks cool, classic. But the A, it's like, look, the A is classic. So if you go with classic, you automatically win. Yeah. However, if you're forced to not go with classic, the eagle is kind of neat. But like when he's fighting like crossbones and shit, it's like friggin' power fights. Like Rob Liefeld's fighting, it's awesome.
It's
like,
image fighting. It's like
image fighting, which I love. Shit, yeah. I'm like a man of the look. I want either image craziness or I want Jack Kirby.
Yeah,
like I can't go in between. It's got to be like.
Yeah,
like I
love the Jim Lee Fantastic Four run.
Yeah, Jim Lee's
like,
good.
I
right?
rebought that because mine are like in tatters, but yeah, I love that whole thing. Although it ends with Galactus eating the world, but whatever.
Yeah, but then it was Heroes Reborn or whatever it was.
Yeah, because the thing was that was one scenario that played out, and then it continued on into Avengers.
Was that now which was Heroes Reborn was the Liefeld Lee. Collab, and then it was Heroes Return, and then some of the Heroes Return stuff wasn't so bad, actually. Some like Thor, Avengers, Cap, they were pretty fun, and I read those. I did get those. Superman at the time I was getting. Look, I was still buying Superman and Wonder, but I wasn't excited. Like I wasn't like, oh fuck, I got to get the next one. You know, that's not how that was. Go backstage
for a second.
Go backstage. Yeah, I'll put you backstage. Yeah. So I wasn't like super excited, like where I'm like, oh man, I got to get the next one. You know. But yeah, so the multiverse is back in comics and everywhere else, and that's fine. And you can handle it well if you want to, but you need to establish some kind of rules. It shouldn't be in the movies. And the reason it shouldn't be in the movies, at least not yet, it's too soon. We don't have anyone to ground us. Like it's like Superman, like right now we got Flash, and it's like, well, now Flash is starting again. It's not even Superman in the multiverse. It's Flash. We don't even have him established. Like, we have Man of Steel. The next movie, Superman. There's such lack of confidence in the Superman character that the very next film they introduce Batman, Wonder Woman, and Doomsday, and Luthor. It's like, whoa! It's like there's such low confidence.
Well, right? I think Superman's done in terms of movies and stuff. It's like, and it's been done in my mind because really Superman's just the comics to me. But and it's frustrating because they can do a good Superman. It's just they don't have any confidence, and I'm sick and tired of hearing the same old bullshit excuses. Like he's too overpowered. Oh, is that why everyone loves fucking Hulk? It's like, oh, he's a do-gooder and stuff. Or is that why everyone loves fucking Captain America? It's like everyone else is dancing circles around you and doing this better. They're doing exactly what you're complaining about Superman about. I don't know what you're fucking talking about, assholes. Anyway.
Yep, it's a bunch of crap. Yeah, no. So anyway, now we got Flash, and poor Flash hasn't had any movies.
Yeah.
And his first outing is like, they have such lack of confidence in Flash that they have to have Michael Keaton return. We'll give you whatever money you want, Keaton. You didn't want to come back.
And that's the draw.
That's the draw. Yeah. It's like, oh, now there's going to be other Batmans and all this. And it's like, guys, like what happened here? There's no confidence. Even when the Aquaman movie came out, there was complete confidence. They're like, Jason Momoa was still kind of a whatever character, like a whatever actor. Aquaman was still kind of downplayed.
That filmmaker, what's his name?
Wan,
the
James
Saw
Wan.
guy.
Yeah, James Wan. No, I'm saying he has confidence. He's like, I'm gonna make Aquaman a cool character. We're gonna do something with this guy.
Yeah.
And there's confidence, and it's just Aquaman, and Ocean Master's in there, and obviously Mantis is or Black Manta.
And they look like the character.
Black Manta is the damn best DC character.
Yeah.
Like he's exactly the even to the point where they squashed his mask. Oh, hey, Skeptic. Or they squashed his helmet down. I like that, like having the squashed look, because that's the proper Black Manta to me.
Yeah.
So they went through all of that, and it's like, okay, have confidence. They have no confidence in the Flash.
It's DC though, and they never had confidence in any of their characters. And then they don't understand the pattern of success where they ignore something. They ignored Wonder Woman, and it became a success because they didn't have their fingerprints all over it, right?
Right.
It's like they had their fingerprints all over Superman and BVS and all that stuff, and it's like, and yes, they have their fans, but like you can't argue history. Where's Man of Steel 2? Where are these characters now? It's like Batman's dead in the water. Now they have a rebooted Batman. Right. There must be a reason for that. So listen, it's like they never had confidence. They never had confidence in Superman. So
no, they never had confidence.
It's like there's so much you can do with the character, but like they don't really. They wanted to put a spin on it, and once you do that, you're automatically failing because then it's not the character anymore. It's like they're rethinking it and double and triple guessing it before it even comes out the gate, and then that's the problem, right? It's funny. I was thinking the other day. The most successful Superman was the Christopher Reeve Superman. Christopher Reeve Superman was not made by Warner Brothers. It was made by the Salkinds. He licensed it out to the Salkinds, and then you can say what you want about them. They're assholes too, but they made a proper Superman, and it was done. And then when it went back to Warner Brothers, they were like, I don't know, let's make him dark, let's darken him up, and then they released Superman Returns. Like it's not Superman.
Right.
So the costume Superman wasn't even like made by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Warner Brothers effed up. And that's the best. The Salkinds, because they were a filmmaker. Well, say what you want. Yeah, they're dicks too. Look, they're dicks, right? Everybody knows that. But every business, every producer, they're dicks. That's just how it goes. Mm-hmm. So you have to work around that. What you're getting into.
It was really Donner that shepherded that, and they didn't like what Donner was doing, so they fired him. But
and they got Lester.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not comparing filmmaking style, obviously, because Lester's way better than the person I'm about to name. But Lester was the J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
He comes in.
He's a
the Salkinds are like, all right, Lester, here's what you're gonna fucking do. He's like, aye, yes, sir, Mr. Salkind. And then he goes and he makes the movie. He's like, we need this on budget. We need this on time. Here we go.
Yeah.
And that's it.
He's a corner shooter guy.
He's a JJ. It's like why do they keep giving JJ work? Because he delivers it on time.
Yeah,
the movie looks okay.
How much of his creativity really went into the Three Musketeers movies? Like I don't know, they're charming films.
Sure, I have them.
But them all. Yeah, I have them. But he did them on time and on budget. And they're like, you know what? Listen, you're a good, reliable, dependable director, man. So it's like we want you to finish Superman 2. Mm-hmm. Because it's not like creative wise, I don't think he's the greatest.
Because at the end of the day, this is still a business. Like everyone has these pie in the sky ideas about this, that, and everything. Cool. Now think of your regular day job, and think of trying to get a similar decision that you're suggesting to your boss, who you know right now. Will you be able to convince your boss? Right?
Yeah.
Like if you go to your boss and you say, I want a movie with everyone in it. The guy's going like, well, this is going to cost $500 million. I'm not doing it.
That's the J.J. Abrams thing, though. It's like you can say what you want about how he ruins franchises, but on paper, he looks great because he generates excitement as soon as you hire him. People are like, I want to see what he's going to do with this. And then that translates to big box office on the opening weekend. The big box office overall, it's like that Star Trek movie is shit, but it made money, it generated excitement. The problem is it's a flash in the pan, and a lot of these companies, they don't think long term. It's like, and it's so easy to do now because we have so much precedent now and how franchises work, especially these big ones. It's like there's a nostalgia factor 10 to 15 years out. and there's a lot of merchandise to be had then. But the thing is, if you're an exec, you don't care about the next regime and the next regime. So you just think about yourself. So you're like, you know what? Right now, I can generate a lot of excitement around my company, and I can make money in the short term by getting J.J. Abrams to come in and fuck up this franchise for 2 movies. And then I'm out. And then the next guy gets the baton. I don't care.
Yeah, it's like, what do I care? And you're right. Nobody's buying any merchandise. And we go to the shows all the time. Nobody shows up and buys or touches anything that's JJ Star Trek. It's disappeared. Like, Steve, you don't like that stuff has disappeared. Not because because people want it. It's because people don't want it. It's not even there to purchase anymore. Nobody wants it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not even in dollar bins at these shows because they don't even want to pay $1 for them. There's just no love for it.
The only Star Trek I see is Mego Star Trek from the 70s.
Yeah, like nobody even. Well, yeah, I do. There's that one guy that has that spinner rack of the
Playmates.
Playmates.
Yeah.
So and they did a lot. They did a lot of cool characters. I have every Deep Space Nine character. I got to get a couple of.
I'd have to see the checklist for. They made millions of characters.
They made anybody. Yeah, but see, nobody cares, right? So. Yeah, your movie will do well. People will talk about it, and then they're never going to care about it again.
Yeah.
Everybody who talked to me about the JJ Star Treks who thought, oh, these were pretty good. They've never rewatched them. They never revisited it. They didn't buy shirts. They didn't get tattoos, right? Yeah. They didn't like comb their hairstyle the way whatever Kirk was or something.
Yeah.
It's like they don't care. It's over for them. They watch it. Oh, that was really good. And they're like, well, that was really great. They go on Twitter and say, this was good. 10 out of 10, send. And then they never talk about it ever again or buy it.
Yeah.
Sales come out. You could buy all those Star Trek movies right now in the Walmart $5 bin. Right. Like the Star Treks. I saw Star Trek Beyond in the $5 bin. Blu-ray.
Yeah.
It's like, because nobody wants them. There's no special edition of that. They're not going to do a 35th anniversary special edition J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. How many times did they release Wrath of Khan?
Yes.
My God, I must have 4 of those. And did I get? I think I gave Sean. Did I give you some, Sean, or you already had some? I think
you gave me your collection of the. I lent those to someone like an idiot, and I never got them back. And then you gave me your collection.
Yeah, I gave you. Yeah, so it's like nobody releases this stuff. It's like original trilogy or original series even came out so many times.
I've got the Blu-ray set of the so-called trilogy, like 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
It's the same Blu-rays they had anyways, but they repackaged them in another box called the trilogy.
They repackaged them.
And then there's the old cast, the original cast pack, and then there's like the TNG pack. So and then there's the complete pack. And then,
and I just bought Director's Cut Wrath of Khan Blu-ray, and now they're doing Director's Cut and Theatrical Cut 4K special. They release these every 5 minutes. Where's the JJ Star Trek films? Why aren't they re-releasing those? Because nobody wants them.
Nobody cares. Yeah.
So, what did you guys think of the Aquaman costume? Did you see the new Aquaman costume?
I don't know what you're talking about. So
I did.
Let me share my screen. Well, first, I'm going to share my screen. And I actually have something else up which I wanted to show you guys. Share screen, Chrome. Okay. I wanted to show you this first. Okay, you see this here? That's the manga. So that there's the manga for that. And look at the picture right next to it. That's the live action. Like, look. Right? Why is manga and anime doing so well in Japanese stuff? Because it's exactly the goddamn manga. This isn't kind of like it. This doesn't look sort of like what it is. It's exactly the same thing.
They don't always do that, though. They do it, I'd say 80% of the time they do that.
They do, but the successful ones do. But this is the show. And then if you look at the manga, if you look look, that's her, there's her doing the pose and all that. And it's even all of this stuff is, this is super in it. All of this stuff is in it. Anyways, but this is a super funny show. Okay. Aqua and Blue.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now. Didn't he have this costume in the first one? It's just more scales in this one, right?
Well, I don't know if they're trying to make it this, right? newsflash, I've collected every series of Aquaman from Post Crisis, and I did not like this costume at all. So am I really pumped up for this?
Show me what you're looking at. That's it.
Here, this is it.
Why is that not what Variety is showing?
What's Variety showing?
The orange and green.
This was just posted.
Yeah.
Let's go by.
I saw this one that Jason.
Oh, okay, I see
let's
that.
Let's go by time. Let's go.
So I think
he'll
transition or something. So they're trying to make it that blue one, right? That's weird.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying it's this one? It's blue.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah. So this could be like a different. I don't know if it's a different version or whatever.
They're Toyota sizing him. That's all. In the movie, he'll change.
Yeah, the Calvin timeline. That suit sucks. I mean, we finally got this, so that's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean, this looks okay for a one-timer.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't get the vibes that it's going to be a permanent costume. It's just another action figure for them.
Yeah, I guess
it's
so.
Like, don this thing to go into this special cave or whatever the fuck.
Well, it better be this for almost the whole movie.
It's like Batman had that Arctic bullshit Batman in the fourth movie, just to sell those figures, right?
I like the Arctic one. That was neat.
In Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like an Arctic Batman in that one. It's like shinier and it's like more blue.
Are you crazy, Steve? What do you mean you don't remember that one?
I don't remember that suit.
What are you talking about?
And there's like a million vehicles in that movie too.
You don't remember this. This was the entire ending.
Yeah, he turns into that ending suit in the end.
I remember Batgirl getting in her suit. That's all I remember.
No, this is a second Batgirl suit.
This is the Arctic Batman and Robin.
Okay.
To fight Mr. Freeze. Like, I guess it repels, like, I don't know what the fuck. But anyway.
Right, like there's Batman and Robin.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, but then they turn into the Arctic Batman and Robin at the end. And they sold those figures. They literally look like that.
Like they even did the Funko Pop of them.
Oh God. Well, do Funko Pop of everything.
Right? They even did that. They even did that.
Huh.
This is cool.
That is cool. I was about to say.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that big Arctic suit.
Yeah, Skeptic loves Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Do you like that score? I like that score. I know they had to change it from the
Danny Elfman
one. And if you have to change it, then that's a good compromise. Like whoever was doing it came up with villain themes, and it's like one of the last things with like actual themes.
Yeah, I don't have. I'm not. No, it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's not the real Batman's.
No.
It's not the real Batman score, but it is what it is. I noticed it right away in Batman Forever. I thought, hey, this isn't the music. What the heck?
Yeah.
Because in Batman Returns, I really like the way they do it, where they're showing the Penguin's origin, and then it's got penguins like it's like the sad theme of his birth, and then he flies in his, and then it merged into the Batman music, and it's like Batman Returns, like it's like it opens.
The teaser for Batman Forever had the ending music from part one, like when it goes up the building, dun, 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 dun. That teaser is awesome. I still watch it sometimes, where they flash the names of like Jim Carrey, like dun, 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 dun. It's like it's awesome, man.
And even the other ones, like even the part 4, even Batman and Robin, it's like this is the way the world could end, with ice.
With a kiss.
It's like with a kiss.
I remember trying to load that thing. This is the early days of the internet. I was trying to load that trailer for fucking 2 hours, man. It's a quick time thing, and every so often I'd play it till it stops.
Till it stops.
And then you keep playing it till it's the full thing.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man! Back in the day.
Yeah, this is the way the world could end.
I taped it because the first trailer was on Entertainment Tonight. I had my dad tape it for me.
Yeah, they talk too much through those, though.
Yeah, they did talk a lot. But I had the Batman Forever, so my mom would go to these shows, and I still have it. I kept this. It's a VHS. The Batman. No, not those things. Not the books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That I got on my own when I went to a thing. No, my mom got me this thing. It was Batman Forever behind the scenes making of, and it was a VHS tape.
Oh, wow.
And it's like I've never seen anyone with that, so I kept that. It's really cool. That's the Batman suit. So it'll probably be like Aquaman's Arctic suit.
It's like go fight. I don't know who he's fighting in this one or whatever. It's like it's a water god. How do I defeat? It's like wear this fucking other suit. Like dun, 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 dun. It's like you have to prove yourself worthy. It's like I'm writing the fucking movie right now. It's like you have to prove yourself. It's like do these 3 tests. Like dun dun dun. I don't know if I could do it. And then he gets the suit. Like dun dun. Yeah, that's totally the movie. Watch. When we watch it, it's so formulaic that like
I'm okay. Hey Belle, thanks for popping back in. I don't mind. So if Aquaman's gonna have, if he has his normal suit for most of it, and then there's gonna be something where they're gonna be like, oh, you need to do this special mission or something, and then they give him this new outfit. It'll be like the Arctic suits. Maybe it is an Arctic thing. Maybe he has to go to a very deep cave that's like an ice cave or something.
Yeah.
And then they give him the blue suit.
I don't know if I could do this. Like you gotta do it with this other thing, but you gotta prove yourself. Dun, dun.
What was the movie where he spray paint? Oh, that was Batman Begins, where he spray paints it. You know what bothered me in Batman Begins? The fact that the cape was darker than the suit. Did that bother you?
That's weird. Yeah, I noticed that the first time I saw it. I was like, I guess it's a thing they need to do. I don't know. Why can't it match the color of the suit?
Yeah, I'm gonna let me see if I can. It's not showing.
I didn't know if that was a color mistake, like when they were like color correcting it or something.
That's the first one. See that the cape is darker. I'm trying to find like a good picture where you could see that the cape is clearly darker.
I know this is probably just a me thing. I get that they made the belt gold looking to make it more realistic, but I still like just a straight yellow. Like just
straight but he has no other color, so it'd be weird. Why does he even have a yellow belt? Like
I know it would be all black, right? So
like if they're going for real, that's my problem with the Batman ones. It's just like these.
If you want realism, do it, but don't then half-ass it.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta tell you, I'm like very getting lower on the Batman.
Why? What happened?
Like they're saying, oh, it's so dark and it's super and it's like got scary moments. And gritty,
yeah.
But not dark and gritty. Like they're saying, oh, there's like scary moments and stuff. It's almost like a horror movie. I'm like,
no, that's what one guy said in that reaction or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope he's just a wimp and thought Gremlins was like
everyone thinks everything's scary. I remember the trailer for that neighborhood, what's the guy's name, Mr. Rogers.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
And in the beginning there's like piano music and like I can't remember how many reactions on YouTube I saw where they're like, this is scary. Like, was it like is it gonna be a horror thing or something? It's like because of fucking piano music. Like people are such wimps. I swear to God. It's like the coding they think is horror is ridiculous.
So our mutual friend has been sending me horror shorts, I guess, that he's found. Yeah, I know. Disturbing. Sometimes he was disturbing. I don't know if I'd say scary. But he's been sending me horror shorts, and I was watching them throughout the week. And I'm like,
they're forgettable.
No, it's just everything is like, I heard a sound. Yeah. And then it's like, walk towards the door, look through the peephole.
There's no one there.
And then you look through the peephole and there's a man on the other side. And then it's like, yeah, but there's still a door in the way. Like,
nothing happened. I listened to, I think I said this before. I listened to these creepypasta things on YouTube and stuff. And I listen to them, when I'm working or when I want to relax. Because it's like the guy's like he talks like this and this happens and nothing happens. It's like someone tried to get in and then he didn't, then he went away. They never came back, but I always remember that day. It's like that. There's nothing fucking happens in these scary stories. They're supposed to be realistic. It could have happened to a friend of a friend kind of thing. But as a consequence, nothing fucking happens. And
why are you guys watching this?
It's hilarious.
I caught on. I caught on to this scam 25 years ago. Like the first ever, somebody was saying, oh man, this is going to show you that there's ghosts or something. And I watched this footage and like, nothing happens.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, yeah, something in the back. I'm like, no.
Nothing happens.
Nothing
happens. I love them though. I love people reacting to them. They hit their finger on the desk and stuff. I love it.
Literally.
But all this to say, when they say, oh, it's scary and stuff, come on, like we know what scary is. Maybe it's gonna be scary for some people. It ain't gonna be fucking scary for us.
That's true.
Are you shitting me?
I literally sat through both Paranormal Activity movies, like part 1 and part 2.
There's like 6 of them or something.
The fact that I sat through those is scary.
Yeah.
Because after the first, I said, 90 minutes. This is all that happens in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Whoa, how did that? What happened?
Oh no, the ghost like pulled up the chair.
It moved my bottle.
The door opened. Like, what's this ghost doing? It's just fucking moving furniture around.
Right.
Just fucking hire it for your fucking
13 Ghosts, man. 13 Ghosts was the last scary ghost movie where the ghost actually did something.
Yeah.
You know.
But
exactly. Like
to my point, J-Man, like my favorite thing about the Paranormal Activity movies is the TV spots they used to have where they show the audience with the infrared camera and they're looking like oh and they're like oh like waving at each other's laps and stuff, and it's not made up, it's fucking real.
Yeah,
like,
I know,
and
so
nothing
awful.
happens. Like,
I know.
If they were filming us in the theater, we'd be like this.
Yeah. It's like how come those two guys? Because they watch real horror movies, not this bullshit.
It part 1 was the worst, man. I was sitting next to his family, and like it got to the end. They're like, I don't know what the final thing is, like end of to be continued or whatever the hell. And the woman beside me was like, oh, there's more. Oh. I'm like,
oh my god,
this wasn't even scary. Why are you freaking out? Like,
oh man, I watched a bit of it on TV the other day, and the bully, the new one, and the bully like grabbed the guy, and I think he cut him. Did he cut him
in the book too?
Yeah.
He cut
him, and I'm thinking like, okay, yo, you gotta go to jail. Like I mean, this is like crazy. And the thing is, it's like this is when you know this movie's dated. Because now, if someone even just says an offhanded remark on Twitter, it's like they have to get fired. It's like, well, this bully is going to go into the disintegration chamber. Like, it's like, I'm like, you can't, like, you cut someone. I'm like, I don't know. I know. Okay, so what happened in the book? That's fine. But I'm just like, this is like hyper outrageous. And I'm like, okay, well, I watched something the other day with we're going to discuss this next Friday. On Deadly Ground. Okay. I absolutely cannot wait because I have not seen this movie since it came out.
For a long time, yeah.
Since it came out. Yeah. It came out, and I'm not going to say what I thought of it here because we're going to talk about it over there. But if you want to talk about over-the-top, outrageous racism for no reason at all, like the bar scene, which we're going to talk, like, I started laughing. I had to pause it.
I remember that.
Yeah, I had to pause the movie because I'm like, well, this is like so outrageous. The person that they're depicting, it does not exist in this world. Because someone who is that bad wouldn't even be at a bar having a good time. They would be out organizing like hate groups and hit squads.
Yeah,
like it's like so outrageous. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, anyways, we'll talk about it on Friday. So that's that next Friday, guys. Are we all on this one? Are we all there next Friday? Yeah. We're gonna be there for On Deadly Ground. Steven Seagal, environmentalist.
Yeah.
I got to the point where Sean got confused because he's like, he goes, I haven't seen Fire Down Below in a while. I'm like, okay, that's great to know, Sean, but that's we're not talking about that on Friday. I'm like, Sean literally texts me. He's like, oh, Fire Down Below, yeah.
It's like the same movie, isn't it?
He's like, I haven't seen that in a while. I'm like, so I had said to my wife, I'm like, I'm like, I think Sean. I said, I'm just saying this to you, just so I can verbalize this. I'm like, Sean's talking about Fire Down Below, but I think he means On Deadly Ground. Let me just ask him. And it's like, are you talking about On Deadly Ground?
I don't know.
And you're like, oh, you're like, I still have the text, like effing environmental action release. Let me. Can I? I could probably show that. I could probably show that without revealing any other tags. Hold on.
I don't see anything incriminating.
Like it's to the point where you can't remember. It's like, remember when Steven Seagal was an environmentalist for 2 years or whatever? What were those movies? And it's like, yeah, it was this one, and then they're the same. We're gonna let's look those suckers up here. Let's look at here.
Oh God!
This is the subgenre of action movies that needs the most.
Okay, so there's Fire Down Below. There's the poster.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now those are the two posters. Now don't blink. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't blink. It's like literally the same thing.
He's mad. There's an explosion in the background.
Yeah.
What the?
His gun's bigger.
But because the two variations of Fire Down Below are kind of the same thing as like that third variation of like On Deadly Ground. Right?
I can't believe it. This is like the laziest posters ever. Oh my God. Michael Caine is the villain.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it here, but there is a lot to talk about. Please join us on Friday if you're hearing, because it's going to be at least I'm going to be very funny. I wrote so many notes. I felt that if I wrote more than 1 page of notes, this movie isn't worth more than 1 page of notes. But I filled up a page and then I started writing in like the margins because I didn't want to turn the page. I wanted it to be 1 page.
Yeah.
Final Destination, that was a good movie, but not scary.
Yeah.
Yes, you do need to read those.
Please do.
Yes, I have Fritz the Cat.
Yeah.
I have that. Would you guys rather watch the Snyder Cut 200 times or watch
Nemesis movies 300 times?
Yeah, probably Nemesis.
Probably. It's fun.
It's Nemesis. Oh no, Nemesis 1 for sure. But the other Nemesis
movies?
Oh,
sorry, the movies. I thought you meant just one. Oh, fuck, I don't know then.
No, Nemesis 1. Oh, yeah, Nemesis 1 is awesome.
But if it's the movies and then that 200 times, then probably Snyder Cut.
That's very, I don't know about that.
That's really tough, man.
Like, I'd have to say Snyder Cut maybe, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Because the other ones are really awful.
Because we shot, you were there, Skeptic, when we shot on a Nemesis movies. And I don't think anyone on the internet is talking about Nemesis, but like,
no.
or know that Nemesis. There was more than one, or knew that there was one to begin with.
Yeah, like, nobody knew. When I found out there was a part 5, there was at my workplace. There's a girl. She was sitting behind me, and I started to laugh because I was telling Shauna we got to watch the Nemesis movies and all that. And then I started laughing, and she'd always be like, "Oh, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh no," I said, "My friend and I are talking about some cheesy movies." So then I got all pumped up, and I was like, "Okay, you have to watch Nemesis." And I kept I was like sending her pictures and email like Nemesis, and she's like, "What the hell?" And then in doing that, I found out there was a Nemesis 5, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
Is it still Albert Pion? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
Because he didn't do 2 and 3, and I think he came.
What are you talking about?
I don't think he did 2 and 3, did he?
No, he did them all.
Yeah?
Of course. Oops. Hate laptops. That's Nemesis 5.
Oh yeah, he did. I thought there was a big thing like he's coming back to bring it back to basics with part 4, and he didn't.
No. That's Nemesis 4.
Yeah. Yes, we know.
Yeah, so Nemesis 5. Oh my God, this movie looks awesome. I have to get this.
I just love that story where he said, "You don't have to pause it, guys." He came back and told you didn't have to pause it.
Yeah, it's like literally the same.
Look how awesome that looks.
Yeah, this is awesome. This Nemesis 5, the new model.
It's got sparkles and shit. And
this is cute, baby. Yeah, there you go. Sue Price. There's Sue Price.
Sue Price, yep.
I mean,
stars.
I will say, like, at least they're getting like she is like a very, like thick warrior woman, bodybuilding woman.
Yeah.
Like that girl who they're getting
on Vogue, yeah.
Yeah, but now that they're getting what's her name to play Red Sonja, right? Why don't they get Becky Lynch to play Red Sonja? She's pretty muscular.
Yeah.
Like, look, that could be Red Sonja.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, she's wearing the friggin' Bruce Lee costume. That's cool. But yeah, like I don't remember who Red Sonja is now. Red Sonja.
Hannah John Kamen.
Hannah John?
Yeah. Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost. And she's not a redhead either. I guess they could make her red, but they probably won't because, she better if she's red. Red Sonja.
I like the idea of Rose McGowan being Red Sonja for a while.
Oh, I want to start a Nemesis cult. Where was that? Oh, I'm definitely doing that. Ronda Rousey wants to play Samus. Is that Metroid?
Yeah. But Samus is in a suit, so...
That would be interesting.
I'm very curious, like, why Ronda wants to play Samus, because in fact, she's a gamer. Like, she's in a suit.
She games all the time. She live streams all the time.
I've never gotten into Metroid.
Sean, what do you think about Becky Lynch as Red Sonja?
Who the hell's Becky Lynch?
She's from WWF or whatever. WWE.
Oh, okay.
Right, like that's like a muscular woman.
Yeah, it's cool. Well,
she's not playing her, but I'm just saying.
I would want to see a Metroid movie, but they'll never make one.
There doesn't seem to be a shot of her showing off like her muscles or whatever.
It's cool though. It's supposed to be like she looks like Samus, I guess. I guess she was supposed to be blonde, but it doesn't really matter.
No, Ronda Rousey wants to play Samus.
Ronda Rousey wants to play Samus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever.
She's she'd be in a big ass suit at most of. Oh, she is
always
in
a suit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I like how someone says they'd like to do this, and there's a million fucking photoshops all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's like every fan's like, oh.
Oh, is this the suit?
Yeah. It's a Zero suit.
Oh yeah.
This person's cool. Some of these cosplay things are way better. What did they show? Oh yeah, that Cowboy Bebop recently had that big thing.
Yeah, they showed like all these cosplays and stuff.
And they're like way better. It's like just
just watch the original. I mean,
you could buy I don't know if you guys are pumped up for Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah.
But I have there's the original series and there's 3 films, not live action, 3 cartoon movies. Yeah. And then they rebooted the entire thing. Mm-hmm. So from the rebooted thing, I have the Blu-ray of the first 3 films. The 4th film's coming out this year, and they and Shout Factory is doing the complete original old series with the 3 movies. Yeah. So I pre-ordered that. It comes out to about $270 Canadian. So I don't know how pumped you are for Evangelion, but for me, I watched that entire thing. Yeah. So for me, it's like I'm getting it for sure. And then my wife and I are going to watch the entire thing, including the new movies. Cowboy Bebop, you can buy the entire anime series right now on Blu-ray in one collection. It's not that long.
For like $30 or something.
Something like that.
I saw it at Walmart a week ago.
Yeah, so that's there. If I do see that at Walmart, I will grab it. I didn't see it at Walmart, but if not, you can order it. Yeah. I had the entire Cowboy Bebop was actually not very many volumes. I didn't realize I had the entire manga, and I gave it away. And it's only 2 volumes. There's 2 series. First series is 2 volumes. Second series is 3 volumes. And I had the entire first series. Didn't even know because I was giving away, getting rid of stuff. And I'm like, I only have 2 volumes of this. Like whatever. I gave it away. I'm like, oh, there was only 2. I'm like, oh, because like Bleach has like 400 volumes or something, and I had like the first 20. I'm like, I can't keep collecting this. It's just too hard. I do have all of Ultimate Muscle though. Sean, did you know that they still do those Keishi figures or whatever? They still make them
in Japan, right?
And there's ones now where there's a guy wrestling another guy, and that's one.
Cool.
Yeah.
They've always made those. I don't know. It's like a perennial over there.
I absolutely love them. And Pacific Mall when they had the vending machine thing.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
I had the packs of Muscles when it came out here as Muscles.
I had all, yeah.
I had like the big 20 pack, and the packaging was cool because they showed each guy in the blue box, and I had the big 4-pack guys. But yeah, I remember they had the real cartoon on Fox Kids for a while, and they had like actual action figures of them.
Did you get these, Steve? Were you into these?
I think I bought a couple of packs, but I wasn't like mega into them.
Yeah, there's the poster with all 235.
Yeah.
Or they're missing Satan's cross or something. I am, anytime I see them at the toy show, I buy them, but you don't see them around anymore.
The details on them were great. Because I think they were made in Japan and they just sold them here with the same molds. But I remember the details being really amazing.
Yeah, so I've got a checklist that also does each color.
Yeah.
So like you can see that some of them had multiple colors.
Yeah.
So right now I'm trying to get all the flesh colored ones. So like this style.
Flesh.
Smell the flesh. Yeah. These are not muscles. Who are these people? I can tell by the feel of it if it's right or wrong. Eh? Like,
well, they have different
fake ones.
Licenses now. From
muscle like is actually Kinnikuman. Which actually, did you know that? Oh, check this. Oh, this is so random. You guys have probably never noticed this because I have so much crap in my room, but this is like super random. I don't know, Sean, if you've seen this. This is pretty neat. I actually have like actual proper figures.
Oh,
yeah. I was saying when they released the newer shows on Fox, they had the real figures in like Toys R Us and stuff, but also in Japan they made a million of those too. So.
Yeah, so I love them. I've been part of. That's one of my longest groups that I've been a part of on Facebook. And prior to that, I was part of like the blog and part like that. That's the one thing I've been with these guys forever. And someone just posted a picture in Japan of a vending machine. And I know they've made small rubber figures. They've continuously made those forever. They've done He-Man and Street Fighter and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But one guy posted it looked like Kinnikuman. I want Kinnikuman. I don't want bullshit ones.
Yeah.
I was like, what the shit? And it was like King Muscle fighting like Terry Bull or something. I'm like, holy shit, what is this? And the guy's like, oh, that's brand new. I'm like, oh, why? We're brand new. I didn't know. It's crazy. Hey, could not be reached. What's going on? They're doing cops. Oh my god!
But they would all look kind of the same. Did you have guts, J-Man?
Of course. I've got one gut. There should be a gut. I have a bag of guts, but hold on. There should be
cool
one on
because
my.
They colored them, so they weren't just one color. And they had like ninja guys too, of course.
Yeah, no. I have one. It might be in my closet, which I don't want to go into. But I used to have one I have one on my shelf somewhere. Yeah, I've got the ninja ones.
So you don't see them.
I bought the ninja pack, of course.
Yeah.
But no, those I loved small figures, battle beasts, guts, all that kind of stuff. I love all that stuff. Hell yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. Oh yeah. And I had army ants. I sold my army ants.
Oh yeah. They didn't have a lot of those, but that was cool.
Yeah. So I sold my army ants. I sold my battle beasts. They're neat, but like, what am I gonna do with them? But now I'm thinking maybe I should have kept them because they're kind of neat. It's that seller's remorse. You're like, maybe I should have just kept those. But I got my muscle was like my main thing. I never had the ring. But muscle was my main thing, so I kept that. They're doing cops. Yeah, that's gonna be so pumped up, man. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Dr. Bad Vibes.
I watched every episode of that show, but I didn't like the show because I thought it was too goofy for what they were doing, right? But
pass.
No, the Batman Robin logo is cool with the bat symbol with the Robin symbol within it.
Yeah,
the logo's okay, but I've got Batman tattooed, so I don't. You would get it, dude. That would be actually really a cool. That'd actually be a cool tattoo. You're gonna get red, or are you gonna do black? I would do black with the red. Let me see if I can. Batman and Robin logo. Yeah, see, that's cool.
Yeah,
if I was gonna do it, I would do this.
Oh, right? Because Robin and Batman, yeah.
Yeah, I would do this one. And that was offered my comic shop. My comic shop has tattoo day once a year.
Okay.
And they're $80 tattoos. And they're about 2 inches. So like whatever. And I think that's one of the designs. Like you have to get it's basically like a flash. A flash is where the artist has the design ready to go.
Right.
So it's like a set design. Like this is custom, right? So the guy has to draw it out. These flash designs are just ready to go. So that they literally just do every superhero logo.
Yeah.
And they're all 2 inches big and they're ready to go. So you just walk in and they put it wherever you want, peel it off, tattoo it. It's like an hour, you're out the door. So if anybody wants any tattoos that are just quick like that, it's like, and you just want like a generic quick thing,
yeah,
that'd be perfect, right? Like Z-Bots. No.
That's something that's a little bit after our time. It's 92, 93. So, but they're awesome. Yeah, look them up. They're wicked. And they had the bigger ones that were
remember this.
Yeah, they're bigger ones that were like play sets and stuff. But yeah.
Oh, these are awesome, man.
They're cool because they're multicolored and awesome, you know?
Yeah. These are really awesome.
It was during the micro craze, like the micro machines type of thing.
Oh,
everyone was trying to do like small things. And yeah.
Yo, Sean, oh my God. Did you see Bespin? The retro blasting
no,
Bespin.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my God. They're taking the mini Bespin and making it full.
That's why I've said they now that's a fan doing that, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Duh.
I always thought that like Hasbro should have just done that. They have them. Just make them into 3/4 inch version.
Oh my God, yeah. I know. I can't
and then
believe it.
It's actual Bespin, because that Bespin world, the micro machines thing is awesome. And it's Bespin.
It's
so
Bespin,
take
I know.
that and make it Bespin world, but like for 3/4 inch.
Yep. And fucking so Michael put the lights in, the orange lights and the paneling.
Yeah.
Holy crap! It's so
that's
far.
A Hasbro Pulse item. What the fuck are you doing?
Right. So they've done only the chamber, the carbon freezing chamber, but he's gonna do every section of that micro machines or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Not micro machines, whatever.
It was micro machines, basically.
Oh, it is micro machines. Okay. Yeah, they'll do the whole thing with the landing pad. So and the guy's got Slave 1 on the landing pad, man.
Yeah.
Holy crap! That's the greatest toy of the modern era. And it's like some fan doing it.
Yeah.
There's like, I guess I'll just 3D print it. It's
the Hasbro Pulse stuff is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's shit.
It's yeah. I don't know.
I never asked you what you thought of Batman Robin when it came out. All my friends hated it. I thought it was great.
I was dismayed by it because, just like everyone else, because Batman to me was a bit more serious and the cartoons were doing it better. That was everyone's complaint. And how dare they piss on the legacy of Batman with this movie. But you watch it now that Batman is different things and people accept it more as like what it's supposed to be. Batman and Robin, I can revisit it now and marvel at the sheer over the top majesty of it. It's it looks awesome. I remember J-Man, you said like just watch that movie on mute and it looks amazing. Yeah.
This looks awesome. But yeah, no, I mean I'm okay with that movie. It's fun, it's silly. It is what it is. Steve, did you like it? Did you like it when it came out or no?
I thought it was great. I thought it was like way better than Batman Forever because at least the tone was consistent and it was entertaining. It wasn't annoying. Like I was actually annoyed in Batman Forever.
Right.
Whereas Batman and Robin, I was never annoyed. I thought it was goofy. Yeah. But at that point in time, I didn't know the character. So Bane being a super goof or I knew Mr. Freeze was wrong. But Bane being a mega goof didn't register to me. I didn't know Bane at that point in time. So yeah, I was like, yeah, this is fine. This is better at least than the last one.
I liked Batman Forever as well.
Yeah, Batman Forever. That was my problem. That everyone knew. Like, if you read the comics in that big event, right? Bane was like a smart dude, and he like outsmarted Batman and everything. And he's just a big dumbass, right? In that movie.
I didn't even know Bane was a character. I thought they might have created him for Batman and Robin. I literally did not know that until afterwards.
When Nightfall happened, I'm so stupid. When Nightfall happened, 90s Euro was big. And there's a song called Mr. Vane, and I swear to God, I thought it was called Mr. Bane, and I thought it was like a crossover thing.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Raider. Call me Mr.
Call me Mr. Bane. Yeah. I thought that DC commissioned these Euro guys to make this Mr. Bane song. I was like, it's Mr. Bane, and Bane is big in the comics, man. What the fuck? Holy shit.
How'd you not know it's Mr. Vane?
Yeah, it's Mr.
It's like
Bane,
part of this. Oh dear.
But I thought it was Mr. Bane. And then he's like all like angry at this woman. Like, call me Mr. Bane. Mr. Bane.
Yeah. my buddy Sean freaking was pissed off over Bane. So for me, I didn't care about Bane. For me, the villains were the villains. I knew who Bane was. For me, the villains were the villains of Batman, the Adam West TV show. That's the villains I cared about. So Bane was, but Sean, my other buddy Sean, not this Sean, was not happy. He's like, oh, he just goes around saying bomb, bomb. It's like he was like not happy at all. He was a bit of a more serious collector. Like we all collected comics, but he was more like collecting the serious ones. Like, oh, I need to get this. For me, I'm all about fun stuff. Like it doesn't matter to me. I don't care about Batman Nightfall. I didn't read it. I still have not read it. Actually, to this date, I've not read
awesome.
It is awesome.
Because it's like, oh, he's just Batman's injured and now he's not Batman anymore. I'm like, oh, screw this. I didn't anytime. Yeah, I don't know. That's just how I've never read it even now. Not even to this day. I've never.
I'll just say this about Nightfall. It's mostly him fighting all the guys because what happens? He has a cold or a flu or some fucking thing, and then Bane lets loose everyone from Arkham, and so he has to capture them all one by one, and it wears them out for Bane, right? So that's Nightfall. Night Quest is he's trying to get back into being Batman while John Paul Valley is Batman. But like that's where they introduce all the ninja angles because he wasn't really a ninja before, and then after that story it was like ninja was part of his training, and he has the bat mask as the totem and everything. And
I have the toy.
End was he fights fucking everyone. Yeah, you have those, right? Yeah,
I have the toy. I have the Azrael toy right there. I love Azrael in the red. Yeah, and I have Azrael as Batman, which is the blue version with the spiky things and all.
That. I thought it was it was a gimmick to sell comics, but I thought it was really good. Like Marvel was doing the same thing at the time, and it always rang hollow. You know, it always went on.
I like Death of Superman.
Yeah, Death of Superman is legend. It's
I like Death of Superman.
Almost. It's like 4 guys come in. Who's the real Superman? None of them are. Superman comes in. There's 2 guys that are good, 2 that are bad. It was great.
I like those.
The storytelling for DC shakeups were great. You know, even the Kyle Rayner thing was not supposed to last, but he did such a good job.
He's a good character.
And I was like, wow, I like this guy. Maybe I want to see him more as Green Lantern. Yeah. So
he had a great arc in the hell was it? Was it Sinestro Corps War? Like his arc was amazing. Yeah. Like I don't want to spoil anything for J-Man because he still hasn't read it. No. But like his thing, like what happens to him is like the biggest character arc. I think like you get more insights into his character than anyone in Sinestro Corps War based on what happens.
Kyle Rayner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I gotta read those. Geez. Kenner did the micro collection early on, but was quickly canceled. Galoob relaunched it. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I like that micro collection. Bestman is probably the best area. Am I thinking? Hold on, let me think about that.
What in all Star Wars?
Yeah,
Jabba's Palace probably Bestman's better.
Jabba's Palace is pretty cool, but the thing is, you know, like I don't know, like just like Bestman, like just like I like Lando, Lobot, that whole thing. The whole thing that goes on there, I know it's Flash Gordon meets Buck Rogers basically, but like Empire Strikes Back is just so awesome, and that like there's not even any flaws in that movie, and that Bestman entire thing, the way it works, the functionality of things, is just so awesome to me. It's what adventure is. You know how they say if adventure has a name, it must be Indiana Jones. Remember that?
Yeah.
That ad or whatever. But like literally, not even part one as much, but Empire is what adventure is. Like Luke goes to different areas and like learns something in every area. And then, you know what I mean? And like first he's fighting if you're just following Luke, let's say he's fighting in Hoth, and then he goes to Dagobah and learns stuff. And then he goes to Bestman and runs around there. It's like Luke Skywalker.
Areas,
this is what adventure is to me. Like this is what Buck Rogers is. This is Flash Gordon, right? They to this day, in my opinion, with the exception of maybe Thor Ragnarok to an extent, have never captured this idea of a guy going on what I think is a proper adventure, where I'm like, I want to buy this toy. Why does everyone like Bestman? Luke, I'll tell you why. The toy, because he's so versatile. Mm-hmm. It's like a lot, like he can be anywhere and you can use him as a character. And it's like, he seems generic enough that it could almost pass as Luke in any scenario, versus like Luke with a black hand. It's like, well, that's obviously after Empire. So it's like, why does everyone like Empire Strikes Back? Because that's the way it's formatted. There's 3 locations. Something awesome happens in each location, even with Han going off on his own. I mean, like to me, like this is what Star Wars is. I don't think anyone's captured it.
Well, so is that not the same as Return though? Return is Jabba's
Return of the Jedi. Yeah, but no new. There wasn't. I didn't see any. The Forest was a new location, and it wasn't a sci-fi location. I'm talking about locate. Like I'm talking about like. Yeah, like it's like
I can location, go. But you're talking about like a science fiction adventure location.
Right. Like you're in this ice planet. Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not like the jungles of freaking like BC forest or whatever.
Sure, like jungles are cool too. I like Tarzan. He's in the. But I can go to the jungle.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't go to an ice planet, and I can't go to a cloud city.
It's more. Yeah. Right. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I wasn't making that clear. Yeah.
No. I got what you're saying.
Yeah. Return of the Jedi is 10 out of 10. Like I don't care. I don't care. It's like I'm not even if I nitpick stuff, I'm not going to. No, and same with the first one has the Death Star, which is pretty neat. But like the Death Star is still a round globe. Like you know what I mean? Like
it's a desert planet, but there's
the desert planet's desert, right? And we've gone to the desert, right? So it's like it's nothing big for us. But yeah, like Hoth Bespin, it's like that's like all the cool areas are there. Okay, so we're a bit. We read that, yeah. Yeah, so Adam West is great. Yeah, we kind of talked about all that. Amazing. Coda Foot was. Hey, J-Man 3 or 4. Oh, we talked about that in the beginning of this. I just watched Superman 4 yesterday. And I watch Superman 3 all the time. And I watch all 4 movies all the time. I love them all. It's Christopher Reeve, period. It's like, I don't care. It's like Superman 4 needs the extended footage. We literally talked about this an hour and 40 minutes ago. You kind of came late. And it just coincidentally, we happened to be talking about that. Because it's like, there's too many story elements that are missing. Like, there's like some stupid stuff in it, but story elements are also missing.
I think there should be I think there should be a special edition of that movie.
Yeah.
And just like fucking just have a fan do it or something, because like just give them the money. Draw bubbles around the people in space so they can just like fix this. Like Jesus. I don't like the Richard Mall version of that they cut out. And I don't like the music for it either. Like it's like, yeah, there's deleted stuff, but it's still stupid. But they can make it better.
I mean, objectively, yes, but like there's something charming about 3 and 4, and we were talking about that, where it's like I can sit down and watch 1 and 2 and appreciate them as films and be like, yes, these are awesome. 2 has a lot of high beats for me. The confrontation. Would you like to step outside, General? Throwing him into the Coke sign, like
airplane spins him into the Coke.
Yeah, sign. Airplane spins him. My God, stop the people. He attacks the people. That's awesome. The confrontation at the end, where it's like the ray was on the outside, not the inside.
You know why, right? Because they established the character, and the character is impenetrable throughout the movies. It's like they couldn't even do that with Man of Steel.
Going back and dealing with the guy in the diner, like there's so many great moments in 2, but like 3 and 4, I throw in. There you go.
That's my background is 3.
3 and 4, I throw in for fun, and it's just fun. Like I was saying to J-Man at the beginning of this stream, I love the double date. I just love the interplay and going back and forth and trying to figure it out. Nuclear Man is a great like villain for Superman to fight. He's a high-powered villain. I agree in Superman 3 that he doesn't really have anyone to fight. Like he's fighting a computer. It's kind of weird. Like what the hell? But I don't care. Listen, Robert Vaughn has one of the most quotable lines. I quote this all the time, where he says, "It's not enough for me to succeed. Everyone else must fail." I honestly believe that that's what the human race is like, right? Like, and I love you didn't kill Superman. I gave you that one simple task to do, and you couldn't even do that. And he drops the phone. Like anyone could easily beat Superman, right? Like there's so much great stuff in Superman 3 and 4. We can nitpick it and take it apart story-wise, and it's all valid points, but I don't care. I just enjoy throwing them in. 1 and 2, I can sit down and have probably more like serious discussions, but 3 and 4 are just like I just want to have fun and watch these.
Well, they're made for that. And you can tell that when you watch them, right? It's like we all saw 3 at a very impressionable age.
Yeah,
and
for
and
sure.
I think, but it still has Christopher Reeve in it. Like I can't not like it.
Well, yeah. Somebody posted this on. I'm a part of several groups for Superman. Somebody posted this, and no one responded to me on this because we were talking about Superman 3. This was just a couple of days ago, so it's been 2 or 3 days, and normally I get tons of responses. I basically shut the conversation down. Someone was saying, do you believe Superman 3 is underrated? And I responded by saying, well, Christopher Reeve is like in top form. Number 1, he's playing Metropolis Clark. Metropolis Clark is different from Smallville Clark, which he's also playing. Mm-hmm. Then he's playing Superman. Then he's playing Dark Superman, right? Mm-hmm. He's playing 4 roles. And I can tell by the zooming in of his face when he's each one of those guys.
Yeah.
Like I can tell when this is Metropolis Clark, who is needlessly silly and clumsy just to be clumsy.
Yeah.
Versus Smallville Clark, who tones down all of that and somewhat is normal, but still is a little bit, like he can't open the jar, stuff like that. Like it's like little things, but not super clumsy where he's like a complete goof all the time. Yeah. And the way he talks and, like with Lana, it's a different conversation than when he talks with others. Right. And then Dark Superman obviously is completely a jerk. And then there's Superman, who's like his kind of his normal self. So, and they're like, yeah, people are like, nobody respond. Normally I get like, oh, what are you talking about? And people are like, I think, yeah, fuck yeah, that's pretty good. So, and Superman 4 is like my favorite movie as a kid. I watched Superman 4 more than any other movie as a kid because Superman, like Nuclear Man gets created very quickly and Superman fights him for a lot of the movie and that's it. I'm like, this is awesome. They're fighting on the moon. Like, this is like super cool. Yeah. And it's like, I wasn't, I just watched it yesterday with my wife. It was like her 3rd time seeing it. And we're like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. I explained to her, it's like, well, a lot of parts were missed. So it's like, unfortunately, these story elements got removed because, he's going after Mariel Hemingway for no reason. He just randomly sees her. It's like, yes, but there's a backstory where they're at that nightclub and then the other guy comes in and he sees her and it's supposed to be the same guy. So, I mean,
yeah.
You'd have to do a lot of fixing to that movie.
The thing too is like, yeah, Christopher Reeve is awesome, but also, and I always shit on the Salkins, but like, I always go back to Superboy, like the 4 seasons.
Oh, yes.
I could pop in 1 episode of that and be thoroughly entertained as a Superman adventure. They really should have just made a Superman show, but like, because it's like, they understand there's simple science fiction stories. Superman is always about good and everything. He gets tested sometimes, but he always comes out on top. There's just there was an understanding. I think I know people say that the Salkins didn't understand Superman. I think they understood a very base core idea of it, and that was enough. They could have gone better. They could have gone more, but like I think that there's a general like running idea of what Superman is that actually draws me to the 4 movies and the Superboy series. So yeah,
that Superboy series is awesome. Yeah, have you seen the lead scenes of Bizarro? I think that was Nuclear Man 1 or unless there's a different deleted scene we're talking about.
I don't know. What Bizarro?
I think that was, and if you're talking about Superman 4, that was supposed to be the first Nuclear Man that they make, and then they make a better one because he implodes or something.
He looks like Bizarro, but he looks like the robot from Part 3, like the robot woman from Part 3. If that's Richard Mall, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's Richard Mall. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. That they cut out Richard Mall in that movie. He played the proto Nuclear Man with the terrible music, bum, 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 and they're fighting in outside a nightclub or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Metropolis at night or after dark or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like going out with them and all that.
You could do something with that footage, but yeah, it's not Bizarro. Bizarro looks great in Superboy.
For sure.
Yeah, he looks awesome. And that was like the late 80s. So, yeah.
I like this part too, where he pulls
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite was Pryor's General, man. Like his speech, I literally cannot sit through it without crying with laughter.
I mean, it's so outrageous.
I know.
Like, I'm okay with. See, you need to do a lot of trimming on Superman 3. Trim the fat, and then you're going to have a good movie. You definitely need to trim, him and Brad getting drunk forever. That needs to be hyper trimmed very quickly. You need to trim the stop sign, the stop and walk sign fighting. That's so dumb.
That's the only thing I liked as a kid.
I know. Yeah. Well, sorry, Sean, it's being cut. And Richard Pryor going off a 50-story high rise on skis and surviving is absolute. Like, it's where it becomes too silly. We're like, oh, what is this? Like, this isn't what
they relied too much on Richard Pryor, and like he wasn't really an improv guy. It's like, and the thing is, I guess people like, well, he was good improv, but his improv was always just relying on the N-word and just being outrageous, and you couldn't do that in a Superman movie. He knew that, right? You couldn't just all of a sudden just blurt out the N-word or say something, like it's not really his improv. This is a movie for kids, right? So yeah.
Oh, I got three dislikes on this already. Well, hit the like here and help me out.
3 dislikes.
I got 3 dislikes because I don't know what I said. Who knows what I said? I said some. I said a couple of negative things.
3 dislikes. Wow.
Oh, you probably said something about Snyder. It was the Snyder cut, like,
or the what if. I don't know. People.
Well, I always shit on the fucking.
I don't know if it's the Marvel hate, or the Snyder hate. Though I own more Snyder movies than anyone else that's ever been featured on here, and I've seen them all in the theater, starting from Dawn of the Dead. Although I skipped the animated one, but
not our fucking movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but I did buy it on Blu-ray. And actually, I think I gave it away to someone at my work who, thanks, dude. It's like, I gave it away to somebody at work whose kids really loved it or something. I was like, I just gave it to them because like or at least I either did that because I brought an entire file box of movies to give away to people who want they're like, oh, it was either doubles or whatever. Yeah. And then the thing is, it's like I either gave it away or I can't find it in this room anymore. But I don't know where that movie went to. But I owned all of the other, and I pre-ordered Justice League, so it's like I own everything. I think the thing is like we're discussing stuff as fans who spend our actual hard-earned money to buy actual physical items and support the cause, and not just talk a bunch of crap and then not support anything. It's like, okay, well,
I forgot I got the complete Superman 3
oh man,
nice.
That's so awesome.
But I need the stickers for 3 and 4. No, not 4. 2.
This is the next one I'm reading. Superman and Clark Kent.
Oh yeah, he teams up with Clark Kent.
How does that happen, Jordan? What's going on, man? Hey, Jordan, how's it going, dude? So yeah, I made a Facebook group for DC Comics Presents because there wasn't one, so I created it.
No one cares about Superman, that's why.
Well, I'm going to beat them up. And Sean, were we talking when I said we need to do Superman Presents? No, we didn't. You weren't there for that.
No, but you've said this before, so
I know. Well, I'm going to say it again on live stream because I haven't said on live stream.
All right,
I want to do Superman Presents. Yeah. I want Brandon Routh in the proper costume, which you almost had at the end.
Pitch me your idea, J-Man.
Pitch your idea. Okay.
I'm gonna make you one of those Superman.
All right, here we go. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay,
it's my cigar. I know you
after Crisis on bullshit crossover Earth. Superman Brandon Routh flew away, and he had the yellow back. He didn't have the Kingdom Come look. He had the normal Superman costume look. He flies away and now is in an entire new universe. So Brandon Routh Superman in the proper Superman costume, not the bullshit movie one, the Crisis one. He's in a new universe. There's no Lois. There's none of that. None of those characters. It's going to be all new. The show's called Superman Presents. So episode 1 will be like Superman Presents, I don't know, the Metal Men, right?
Yeah.
So he's on this new universe, multiverse, whatever, and pick a character. I don't know who you're going to pick. Like, just pick somebody who's like I think Dr. Mist was in one of the issues I just read. So let's say it's Dr. Mist or something. And he's like, oh, Superman, I've heard of you through the multiverse. And it's like, oh, we're glad that you're here because, we have a lot of problems here and we don't have any superheroes to your caliber. Right. So every episode is him teaming up with a new character and they look like what they're supposed to look like. And because this is multiverse, it doesn't matter. It won't offend anybody. There's no Lois. There's no Clark Kent. Like, he's not even Clark Kent. He's just Superman all the time. And he immediately goes and like Dr. Mist will be like, oh, Superman, here's where you're needed. And then he goes there and then he sees the Dial H heroes or he sees the Metal Men or he sees whatever.
It's like he goes to a different like multiverse.
No, just one.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say like fuck that. Yeah, but
no, just one. Yeah, just one.
You almost lost the pitch there, right?
No, but just one with no other, like no Flash.
Yeah, like Blue Demon's there and like freaking Hawk and Dove. Even though they're in that other shitty thing.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes, all that stuff.
Okay. Like ambush bugs.
Yeah, for sure. Who's hotter, Superman or Superwoman? Superwoman is Lois with powers. Is that right?
Yeah.
Hey, Baseline, I haven't seen you on here before. Thank you so much for coming in. Remember, everything after the bomb scene in Iron Man is just part of Marvel's What If series in the MCU. Yeah, everything after Iron Man. Yeah, I mean, the MCU What If is sort of a disaster because there's not a lot of what ifs to choose from, and the what ifs they are choosing they're choosing very poorly. Remember in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade where the guy took that cup and it looked all shiny and he's like, you chose poorly, and then he like fucking disintegrates or whatever. That's like Marvel. It's like you're not choosing very wisely. I'm so glad somebody is pitching an idea for Ralph Skates. Yes, I know. See?
Yeah, Jordan's a big like Ralph fan, so
I'm with you. Jordan, come on Facebook and join my DC Comics Presents group. That's where we're going to talk about team ups and all that. We're not going to talk about movies, even though I love.
So, do you have your list of team ups?
God, I have
for no reason.
No, I didn't make a list, but no, I was going through this. There's 97 issues. Just use these characters. I would skip Flash and Aquaman, but instead of Aquaman, pick someone else. Like who? There must be like, oh, what's the girl's name? The mermaid girl that Superman fell in love with.
Lamari.
Use her.
People say Lamaris. I'm pretty sure it's French. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Yes. Yeah, it's an LL. Laura. What's her name again?
Laurie Lamari.
Lamari. Yeah. Go with her.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do Aquaman. You could pick because DC has so many versions of everybody. Like, they could do Elongated Man. They don't need Plastic Man. Like, they could do the lesser Metamorpho. They can do the lesser of the bigger characters.
Yeah.
And some that haven't been. Like, I would even go if, like, let's say if like, like Elongated Man was in the Flash show. Okay, maybe pick a different guy that's completely
scot-free. There's like plenty of scot-free DC guys.
There's so many DC guys. You could run this show forever, and it won't interfere with anything else. And then, I love Bowana Beast, man. to tell you. I've got the. I was gonna say Marvel Legends. It's not Marvel Legends.
Oh, the Creeper.
Oh man!
Yeah. Oh, Freakazoid was supposed to be a Creeper show, and then they just made their own thing. Yeah.
What about like Jason Blood, right? Demon or something, right? Like So basically, it's Brave and the Bold, right? But DC presents So it's like literally have all of the, and I love Dial H, man. Like those, like reading that. Yeah. I mean, it's so weird.
It's weird. I always thought like they should have done a Superman team up show like they did with Brave and the Bold. I know they did it with Batman because it's Batman, and they just have to do a new Batman show, and they hit upon that idea. But they should have done like a Superman team up thing, you know. Superman presents or Superman meets, or you know.
Yeah. No, I like Superman presents because you're keeping the presents, and he's presenting a character.
Yeah.
And I would literally, he would always be in costume. Maybe if you want to in time, he starts to maybe settle down. But I wouldn't even do that. This was my, oh, what's the word? Not tagline. What am I trying to say? It's like you're right. Like, well, not even that. More like I want something where we can all sit together, me and my nephews and nieces and nephews and my wife, we all sit down together and watch a Superman show.
Yeah.
Not some teen angst with some Superman elements, right? Like what we have with Superman and Lois, you know, not snapping the necks of those who piss him off, right? Black suit bullshit. I want normal Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can't get normal Superman with Perry White and all that stuff, that's fine. I'll erase all of them. I want Superman himself to look good. Brandon Routh looks good. And because he's out there in the multiverse and he's nowhere and he has nothing because his universe is gone, they could reboot this from scratch and just have him be there. And then you're not tied down. I'm going to be on Clobberin Times on October 4th. And the reason I know so far ahead is because he's doing all the team up. Every Monday, he's doing a team up segment. And so I'm going to be on the DC Comics Presents one. So, and I've got a lot to say. But these things to me used to be open concept. You want openness in your world. You want to be able to sit down and be like, okay, guys, what are we going to write for this week? And not be bogged down by all these weird rules that you have. Same thing as a kid. The reason why I like these team up books, obviously Marvel 2-in-1 was my super favorite. And Spider-Man, I liked Spider-Man's normal series, so I didn't need his team
Marvel up. Team up, yeah.
That was Spider-Man's.
Yeah.
I like Brave and the Bold. Basically, Brave and the Bold and Marvel 2-in-1. I'm only now reading this for the first time. I didn't. I thought you knew all about this. Like I thought you. I know what DC Comics Presents was. I didn't realize it was Superman and someone else. I would see Superman. Oh yeah, he's with someone else, but I never realized that was the whole thing.
They did new ones. They did new volumes where it wasn't that.
I know, and that
probably threw you off. But like I knew that was a team up. I have a bunch of them. I'll see if I want to part with some of them, and I'll let you know. I don't know.
I'm gonna get them all. Yeah,
but
yeah, I'm getting them all, and there's only 4 that are a little bit higher.
Right, because they're first appearance ones.
It's really just
Teen Titans, which holy fuck.
But Teen Titans you can get mid-grade is about $80.
Yeah, okay.
And He-Man is about maybe $200 mid-grade, but I thought one guy had it for $140, so I'll dial him down on the next show.
And the 2 Mongol.
I mean I've seen that for $25. Because Mongol.
Now those stories are awesome.
Okay.
When you read those, that's a great story. But
so I'm going through these, and then I'm going through the ones I don't have in digital, just to kind of get a little bit, because I'm not going to collect them all by October 4th. But anyways, the point is that as a kid or whoever you are, whatever, you sit down and you're excited for the next book. This was my main problem with a lot of the new movies, especially our boy Zach. It's like. You're closing doors.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's no Dick Grayson. Oh, Joker's something different. Oh, Batman kills now, so he can't really be involved with the police anymore. It's like, okay. Oh, Superman doesn't know who he is. It's like, guys, you're closing the doors. This needs to be open. I need to be like, what is going to happen in this next movie, right? And I feel that the Dark Knight series closed doors. Because right away they said there's never going to be any element of fantasy.
Right.
So you've literally eliminated 30% of all Batman stories that there ever were. Like you've literally shut down all of this stuff. And when you see Robin dead in BVS, you're like, what? Dick Grayson's dead? This is fucking bullshit. It's like, so you've closed the door, right? And then it's like, let's do the Nightmare timeline. Oh, all this stuff. It's like you've closed another door. why are the doors closing on open concepts like this? The door needs to be open, which is why if Brandon Routh is around and he's in a multiverse, I'd rather even have that, where it's like the doors are open for him to team up with anybody he wants and he can go on an adventure. Yeah. I don't get this, guys. Like, I just don't get it. Like, where's the adventure? Like, even in the current Action Comics right now, he's going to go to World in what the next 1 or 2 issues guaranteed he's going, right? And he's going to have adventures there. It's like, that's cool, right? And now he's going to come back, right? And John can take over. Like, who cares? It's like, I'm following Superman around. I just don't understand. It's just, and it's frustrating because you have all these great characters. Like, that's why Superman is the best character. He can go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't really seem to understand. No one opens a comic book anymore over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Smallville. I have that.
I gotta watch those again.
Yes, it was awful.
I don't know what they were doing. I think they had to make a date or something, and they just like made a shit game.
He's flying through rings through most of the game. He's flying through your Superman.
Well, so I remember, J-Man, you invited me over and we played this.
Yeah.
And I think, is that not the one where the opening tutorial one is the tutorial level is awesome. He's like saving like a truck from tearing
you can do all that stuff.
Original. Yeah, it's wicked. I was like, oh shit, this is awesome. Great Superman. And then the fucking rings come and it's like, and he plays like, okay, I'm going to play this. I'll go to another level, right? But it's more fucking rings. And it's like, what the hell's happening here?
And then what happens is that they dip faster.
Yeah.
So it's like you have all these rings and then they're closer and harder to maneuver through.
Yeah.
And you're like, why do I need to be, can't I just fly?
Yeah.
Well, why
they forgot the core.
Why would you have Superman going through rings and a Superman? Like, you're Superman. It's supposed to be open concept, like Spider-Man
concept, and like made it way less fun.
Yeah,
it's
like I liked the Hulk game that whatever it was called. Shit, I was jumping around.
Yeah.
I picked Gray Savage Hulk, not Mr. Fix-It, but Gray Savage Hulk, jumping around, smashing shit up. That Spider-Man game was really cool. You're swinging around, you're Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Where's Superman's video game where I'm flying around, picking up stuff and moving around? I just don't understand. Like, even the Batman, the Arkham thing, it's like, to me, Batman is less fun character to use than like Hulk or Spider-Man, where you can smash and swing around.
Yeah.
Well,
but like Batman was cool. You're Batman. You're investigating stuff, and you know, like, it's like, where's the Superman game where you're Superman's the best character. You can fly around and do anything. I'd love to fly through a building or something, or whatever. Like, I'd be the evil Superman immediately. But
there was only one. Unfortunately, it took them 4 games to figure out that we should probably have a driving level where Batman is in the Batmobile driving around. That was the only criticism I could think of off the top of my head. Because otherwise, I have no criticism of the Arkham series. They were awesome. They were all awesome. They got all the characters in. It felt very much like a Batman world. I did get tired of the repetitive gameplay with the Predator levels and stuff. Like, that got annoying after a while.
Right.
But like, the only other thing I can say is, why did it take four games to figure out we should have the Batmobile here? That to me, that's it.
I think, I don't know. The first game, they were just like, the first game was so incredible. The fact that they were able to like just get it to where it was. And I think they didn't want to add the driving if it wasn't going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And then you just have a whole hum driving part. You know what I mean?
Well,
so I prefer that. Like, they tried to perfect the Batmanisms, if that's a thing.
Well, Arkham Knight, unfortunately, was probably the worst reviewed one. And that was the one with the Batmobile, because a lot of the times you weren't really doing anything. You were just like, chasing Firefly around, but it wasn't even like that. I heard a lot of criticisms with Arkham Knight, which is disappointing because it looks awesome. You get a ton of side missions where you could be like Catwoman and Harley Quinn and all these other characters. It was really awesome.
The Superman Returns video game, was that any good? Because like I see clips of it and it looks awesome. And anyone who's a fan, like, like Jordan, if you're a fan of the Brandon Routh Superman, it's Brandon Routh voicing him, but they have him going on adventures from the comics. So like, he fights Mixie's Pitlick and he fights Metallo when he fights like any number of classic Superman villains as Brandon Routh Superman. It's what we wanted out of the movie, but it's in a video game, right?
Was that the one where like Metallo would attack the city and your power would go down because you're trying to save the city?
He's like 50 feet tall or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to revisit that. Well, that was for 360, I think, right?
I still have my 360.
Yeah.
I can
saw
try it
clips
out.
of it was Brandon Routh voicing him like talking back to Mixie's Pitlick, and I'm like, well, that's cool. If you like Brandon Routh's Superman, you can see him actually playing in the DC universe rather than this mopey ass movie.
It looks kind of neat. I still got the next game I'm gonna heavy play is finally that Alien. Isolation.
Yeah. I really like that. Was one of the few games where people were getting scared, and I could figure out why. Like it was pretty like intense from what I remember.
It looks awesome. I mean, you could watch the entire playthrough if you really want to online of Alien Isolation because the story looks good. But I love green. But I love the green look of it. It looks like Alien Part 1. Alien Part 1 is just like, that's like my 11th favorite movie. So, good Lord, I love that game.
I have that game in the game guide.
Are you talking about Alien Isolation? It's so cool. It looked awesome.
It looked incredible.
And actually, the 2 Tomb Raider games are pretty good.
The one thing you got to admit is that Shadow Apocalypse. Yeah, I remember that one.
Let's look up that one.
You got to admit, like games, like the complexities and making you feel like you are that character have gone.
Oh, it's the cartoon.
Oh.
Oh, yes. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, no one ever talks about good Superman games. Like a consensus is there's never been one, but I'm pretty sure there was like a few.
Yeah.
What about Superman? I love this Superman arcade.
The arcade?
Oh yeah.
NES game was like I remember that being trash. But
the NES game is terrible, but this is the one I played. And and look at the second Superman was the red and gray one or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're a player too, it's so weird. I'm surprised they haven't made that guy a villain. Like, who is that guy?
I know. Yeah,
he looks a bit like Shazam from here, or Captain Marvel.
It looks like Captain Marvel and like from far away.
Yeah.
I feel like this concept wasn't done in other ones, was it? Because I remember a 2-player Superman where like there's just another Superman which is like a different color, but it wasn't supposed to be another character.
Yeah, this is not Shazam.
It should have been Shazam because he matches his powers. So
it should have been Shazam.
Less, yeah.
But no, it's not. It's just like a blue. It's just like a red Superman. It's so weird, eh? Like like I like the Punisher arcade game because you were Nick Fury.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, sorry, I went through.
And that was kind of random. It's like, I don't know, Nick Fury, he has guns, and
the Punisher, because the Punisher arcade game was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's on one of these one-ups. Where everything is a fighting game except for that one, which is
exactly. They sort of missed the mark on that one because I think they should have had the Punisher on the X-Men game.
Yeah.
Beat 'em up.
And like there not a Spider-Man arcade? There wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure.
I remember it was like pretty cool, but
this Punisher game is the damn best. And Nick Fury is cool too, but it's like Nick Fury in like army gear. It's not like the blue and white.
It's not the Shield uniform.
I guess that would have been too confusing because it's like because Punisher is basically like dark blue and I know it's supposed to be black, but they shade him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man's arcade. His team was Spider-Man, Submariner, Hawkeye, and Black Cat. That's the weird random store. It's like that's a cool team, I guess, but it's like they're like, I don't know, Namor. Like,
why would you don't think of Namor in a Spider? Like, why wouldn't you have? It'd be cool if they had Prowler, guys like that.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fun because you got these other guys, but yeah.
That's why I liked Maximum Carnage. Like, you got Cloak and Dagger, like guys who Spider-Man might actually encounter.
Spider-Man looks a little mopey too.
Yeah.
He's just like, he has a little punch when he uppercuts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what the hell? That was just weird.
It's weird, yeah.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's Sega.
Sega. Yeah.
Sega.
Dun, 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 dun. I always get the Sonic music in my
Yeah,
head. That's the first time I heard that Sega like Sega.
Well, they're doing what are they called? Knuckle something? No.
Huh?
Skull. How do they spell it though? Yeah,
Countercades?
No, but this is by so Numbskull. Okay, so they're that's it right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're doing a shit ton of them, and they're doing both Ninja Turtles versions.
Oh, cool.
And they're smaller, and they're not only doing that, but they're doing
what do they call Numbskull?
Yeah, NUMB. No, they're not showing here, but dude, they're doing a Pepsi machine.
Oh,
like a Pepsi vending machine that's the same size, so you could put them all together and make like an actual like mini arcade out of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I think you can probably put like a couple of cans in there or something. Like it's like,
Bubble Wobble, kick ass.
Oh yeah, man.
I love
they're doing Ninja Turtles and Turtles in Time. In this size. So I might grab that because these will be a lot smaller. They're 1/4 arcade scale.
So Evercade.
Yep.
They're now doing arcades. So they have a new. So I bought the Data East cartridge, and it had the NES version of Bad Dudes. But they're doing an arcade cartridge, and it'll have the arcade Bad Dudes among other things too. I don't know. I still keep my eye on Evercade. Now I buy the ones I want, but to me, I just want the arcades of the '90s. Like I want, all the crazy Midway stuff and everything, right? I want that stuff. The arcade one-ups. Steve, I know you have the Ninja Turtles one. I think that's awesome because it's like it's a licensed thing that we thought we'd never get. Yeah. And it's a cultural touchstone amongst our generation. Like we all remember playing that arcade. Yeah. But to me, the best arcade one-up, I think it's sold out now, is the Golden Axe one.
Yeah.
Golden Axe 1, 2, Shinobi, which is worth the price of admission there.
Yeah.
Ultra Beast the arcade.
Yeah.
And like the weird wrestling thing that Sega made too.
Yeah.
5 awesome, like Golden Axe 1 and 2. That's crazy. The arcade version.
Yeah.
I've got the Golden Axe. I actually have the real arcade marquee right there. Right.
Oh yeah.
Golden Axe was huge. I remember when Sega got it. I went to my friend's house to play it.
They added.
Yeah, they never released part 2 on Genesis.
No.
Like it was just Gold. I don't know why.
What are you talking about? Weird. All 3 Golden Axe movies were on, or all 3 Golden Axes were on Genesis.
Are you sure? Golden Axe 2 Death Adder?
Golden Axe 2 is on Genesis.
Is it the same thing though as the arcade though?
I don't know if it's a port.
To Google.
Google.
Let me see what the arcade looks like. Yeah, it's the same.
Death Adder's Castle. No, but wait. Golden Axe 2.
Yeah, I had all 3, man. I owned all 3 of them.
Yeah, they had a Golden Axe 2. I don't know if it's the same thing though.
It looks like the same. And I have part 3 as well.
See, I believe you, J-Man, because when I heard this, I was like, that's bullshit, because they had to have Golden Axe 2. Golden Axe 1 was a giant hit. Like, everyone knew what Joe Golden...
You can't was like beat me. I know how to...
for Genesis.
Yeah, if I use... I forgot the guy's name, the dwarf. Thunder something. If I use that guy, you can't win. There's a way that if you stand and you do his normal attack, I can just get you on a loop that just goes forever. It's like till you're dead. What the hell's the guy's name? Thunder something? Golden Axe. What's the guy's name? Thunder? Yes, Gilius Thunderhead. That's it.
Oh, Thunderhead.
Yeah. Oh man, he's awesome. I should get a tattoo of this. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I should get this as a tat. That'd be pretty cool.
The dwarf.
The dwarf, yeah. Oh, that's sick. It's a figure.
Oh man.
Oh, you know what? So Golden Axe, The Revenge of Death Adder is the arcade that's included in 1-Up. That was never made into a version for Genesis. They just made their own sequel called Golden Axe 2. So Revenge of Death Adder, like, I guess, is completely different. So it's cool that's included in 1-Up.
It's worth getting. Those arcade 1-Ups are great. So Steve ordered X-Men, which is like the one that I'd be like super dying over.
So what does X-Men come with?
It comes with Marvel, the Marvel
and Avengers.
The Avengers, and it comes with a X-Men fighting game, which I don't know.
So the Avengers one is the arcade.
No. It comes with Punisher, doesn't it?
No,
Punisher comes with the 3 fighting games. That's what we were just hyping about.
I know.
It's like it's completely mismatched.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
There's a Marvel Heroes one that's 3 fighting games and Punisher.
Yeah.
And X-Men is like, so Avengers is cool. That's cool. That's awesome.
No, Avengers is awesome.
Play that, man, because the SNES one was so shit. The Genesis one was way better.
Yeah, so I had the Genesis one. And I have the pin that came with the game. And I saved all that. Wow. And I remember the guy at the thing was like, "Do you have the pin?" I was like, "Oh yeah." I'm crazy. I kept the inserts. Anyways, arcade 1-Up is X-Men, the 4-player, Captain America, and the Avengers. That's the one that you're talking about with the White Vision and Hawkeye and all that. And then the other one is the Avengers in Galactic Storm. I've never played that.
That's a fighting game.
How could there be a fighting game with 3 buttons? That's weird.
I've watched on YouTube. It was a fighting game.
That is so weird. Let me look it up. Galactic Storm arcade game. I remember looking this up one week. Oh yeah, it is a fighting game. It must be really panda. That's a piddly fighting game if it's like 3 button.
Yeah. Web of Shadows.
Oh yes, I think I remember that one. Was that on any other?
Is that the one where you get to play as different versions of Spider-Man, like Noir and Ultimate?
I think that was Shattered Dimensions.
Oh, that's Shattered Dimensions. Sorry. There's been like a million Spider-Man games.
This looks cool.
So the Simpsons one is just the Simpsons, and that's it, right?
They haven't done the Simpsons.
They usually give you a couple.
No, it's coming out though.
Yeah.
Is it just the Simpsons?
Yeah.
No, it'll be more. They always they
no, but there's no other arcade. The only other arcade is Simpsons Bowling. I mean, maybe that's gonna be on there. People are like, oh, they're gonna they should include Bart's Nightmare or something. But like the whole point of arcade 1-Up is they're arcade ROMs. They're not consoles or anything like that.
Right.
And unfortunately, Simpsons didn't make a lot of arcades.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah, so oh crap, I stopped sharing that. They might announce more games for that though.
Yeah. There is a trackball, but I maybe that's for the bowling.
Trackball would be brutal. I would like, so if you go to Walmart right now, there's a $350 version or a $200 version of Arcade 1-Up. So you can get Miss Pac-Man or Pac-Man. And it's about this big for the $200 one. Like it's pretty large.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can get like a really big one. It's almost the real size, but just no bottom.
Right.
So you just
the riser is always separate.
The riser. No, not the riser. It doesn't even have the bottom. It's like a half. It's like a half one.
So it'd almost be like a tabletop game.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I didn't even bother. I mean, if anybody really wants this, My Toys R Us, the Toys R Us that's right by my house, like walking distance, has the arcade 1-up Pac-Man for $100.
Yeah, no one wants it.
That's
because it's just Pac-Man and a couple of other. It's like Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, and something else. Miss Pac-Man gives you Galaga and Dig Dug and all these other ones.
Yeah, but like Atari game. I'm sorry, guys. Like we have a million copies of these, and we didn't even I didn't even buy them. We just get them. Like I have gazillions of versions of these games. I don't need a giant like arcade cabinet version unless you're like 50. And you want to relive your childhood, maybe, but I love Pac-Man, but I don't need like a Pac-Man freaking arcade.
The only Pac-Man game I was really interested in was Miss Pac-Man, but I didn't like the stand-up cabinet. I like the sit-down cabinet.
Yeah, the tabletop.
Yeah. I thought that was.
Cool. I see that a lot everywhere. Actually, I feel like that's the version I know. That. And so I guess there was a stand-up cabinet for Miss Pac-Man, but
yes, there was.
What I remember was the tabletop one.
I remember
you're here and you play it.
I played the tabletop, but I remember there was a stand-up one.
See, they've got this, right, where you can put it on your wall.
Yeah.
Right, it's like a wall mount.
That's cool, because then you can just put it to the right height and then fasten it to the wall.
So, and then the other one they've got is a $200 one. This one right here. So see, this is pretty neat too. Screw off. Okay, there. That's pretty cool. So this is $200, and it gives you Dig Dug and whatever. I want this. But like Ninja Turtles or Mortal Kombat or something.
Yeah, right.
Or like Narc or Smash TV or...
Smash TV's coming.
Bad Dudes, Double Dragon.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is I do like I know you're poo-pooing these games, Sean, but I do like those. I like Joust a lot.
Pardon?
I like Joust a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spitting some truth.
Yeah, that's the one we were talking about, I think, right, Steve?
No, I know what he's talking about. The Incredible Hulk 2008 game is literally the movie, but they've woven in extra stuff. So
I liked that game.
I liked that one too. It was a lot like Ultimate Destruction, but sort of like MCU elements in it.
Yes. Both of those are good.
Yeah.
I owned this game though. The one he's talking about is the one that I owned. It was the Edward Norton cover, right? Norton.
But you played with me the Ultimate Destruction.
Yep, that was great too. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
too.
that was after.
Yeah.
I remember the one you were talking about, the 2008 one. It came with the movie or something where you could put in your Xbox and you could play the first level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, that one also had all the characters. You could be Grey Hulk, Fix It, all that stuff or whatever.
It was cool too because you got to destroy you got extra points for destroying Doctor Strange's house and the Baxter building and stuff.
Yeah, it is. I want to mention something. Who said it? It was Double C, maybe. Yeah, Double C. So be careful. You have to switch. So I played Street Fighter 2 arcade 1-up, and it's not bad, but the joystick needs to be changed because they give you a ball. It needs to be the bat. I cannot perform the Shoryuken with the joystick that they give you. You absolutely need the bat. I would consider checking out the Mortal Kombat 2 one because it does give you a bat, and I think because of the way that the controllers or the joysticks that they use, I think it's easier to do directional moves rather than half circle moves. So a lot of Mortal Kombat moves were, back, forward, or up, down, or whatever. But Sub-Zero did have the down to forward, the quarter circle motion. Yeah. So it might be harder to do.
I found that it was very wonky, even on the old arcade games to do some of the moves. Like sometimes it worked, sometimes it wouldn't.
On the old arcades,
yeah.
I never had a problem with the old arcades. Because they usually use better joysticks. Like you can tell by like your arcade 1-up. You can tell by the clicking.
Yeah.
Like it is not that the joystick is not good.
Right.
It's not good. Everyone replaces them.
Yep.
But my point is that I'm not gonna pay $800 or $900 and then I have to replace a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm looking for is like when I've played now Turtles at your place at least 3 or 4 times easy, right?
Yeah.
And for beat 'em ups, it's good enough.
Yeah.
Because it's really like this. So it's like a diamond, right?
Yeah.
So you're moving up and down in this, and you're not doing little intricacies, but it needs to be like this with all of these points being something. Yeah. So it's like, because if you're doing like a 360 motion with Zangief, so you go like this and hit, like I'd be playing like this, like boom, boom. That's and then the Shoryuken is that's Fireball, and I don't miss these moves. But if the joystick is shit, it's fine. Now everyone is fixing. You can go right now, Street Fighter 2 Arcade 1-up joystick, and they'll walk you through the whole goddamn tutorial. Remove this, remove these wires, put this thing in here. But I'm not doing that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't pay out. If I'm gonna do all that, I have 2 friends who have literally built from top to bottom the entire thing.
Yeah.
And they put the emulators in there. They put the Raspberry Pis, all that stuff, built it from ground up. And I'm like, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that.
Right.
If I'm going to buy something that's ready to go, then I'd rather buy something that's ready to go and it's good to go.
Yeah.
So something like Turtles, something like, even like a Final Fight or any of those ones, those would be worth getting, right? Because the joysticks don't matter on that one as much.
Right.
The buttons matter, and the buttons are usually pretty good. From what I've seen, they seem to be pretty good on.
I don't know why. I guess the arcade 1-up guys just like they hit upon one way to make them, and they just did that. But they don't understand. Right. Like you're saying, with the fighting games are more strategy games rather than button mashers. They're not meant to be, but like Ninja Turtles is a button masher because there's guys in the way. I hit the punch button until they get out of the fucking way, right? And like Street Fighter isn't. It's a game of space, right? And timing. And you can't really, I mean, if your joystick is going to be shitty and you're trying to do a shuriken, like, a lot of the, honestly, people will talk about this. I feel like a lot of the arcades that I played for Street Fighter were not really, they were counterfeit machines.
Because the Rainbow Edition.
The Rainbow Edition. Well, whenever you do a fireball and you're flying up the air, that's not the real Street Fighter 2. But my God, my area was filled with those machines.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard for me to tell what the
I could tell instantaneously,
be, right?
I could tell I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
And like my buddy Jay, his name's Jay too. So like my buddy Jay and I would we would know how to freeze the machine. Like I if you do Guile Sonic Boom, hold down, go middle and then back and then hit 2 buttons, you would freeze the machine. So we would literally we froze the machine on purpose. You're like, you froze the machine. We just lost our money. Like, I know, but I know how to freeze the machine. So Google Guile freezes the machine or something. You can see how to do it. So we did shit like that, right? Like we're hyper into this. Like we're going every day and spending $10 a day, right? Which is outrageous when you're in that time period. It's we're just killing it, right? Like we're oh yeah, we gotta do this. So it's we're all over that. And when those other bullshit editions came out, there's one where you shoot a fireball and if you use jab, it goes so slow.
Yes, I remember that.
And you could stand in the fireball and no one could touch you because if they jumped into you, they get hit by the fireball.
And I never knew if it was a glitch or a counterfeit machine, but a lot of machines were counterfeit, and they looked exactly like Street Fighter 2. We could do stupid shit like that, right?
And the fierce one was so fast. It was it's just you just auto get hit, and you're like, oh, okay, and Sonic Boom, and you could do as many Sonic Booms as you wanted. So one guy would jump and go Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. And it was a line of Sonic Booms all moving. I'm like, this is stupid. We liked it because we're oh my God, but then you just lose so many quarters doing this. I'm like, this sucks. I could beat it on 1 quarter. I could.
If you play the game for so long, then it was a fun thing to see all these cool glitches, but you are wasting a lot of money on that.
Yeah. All right, show us. Here.
Yeah, like Total Carnage is the one I keep blanking on. Total Carnage, Smash TV, Stun Runner, Narc, and other ones. I don't know. A Narc machine would be great.
That'd be awesome.
The thing is, sometimes I'm like, yeah, it's cool that there's these arcade one-ups, but sometimes I'm like, I don't know, I just like sitting down and playing the same ROM on my TV, perhaps, you know.
Yeah, Narc, I'll swear to you again, man. Like, unless you got two players, you can't beat the last guy.
I played it solo so many times that like, and I've beaten it. But yeah, as you say, Mr. Big is weird. It's weird because of the way that the angles are.
The hit detection.
Like, yeah, you have to really like nail him right in that base.
Yeah,
and it's hard to do with the dimensions, like you know, the up down weird dimensions of that.
You don't know where to hit, and if you don't kill him the first time, it's impossible.
Yeah, like sometimes I kill him in no time flat, and I'm like, well, I don't know how I did that, but I did, right? And then other times, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong. It's been like a half hour.
But he's such a douche. Even when you kill him, he still hits you at the end.
I love at the end, so you kill him, and then you're like, I'm done. And then a random spider comes and gets you for one last quarter, man.
All these novice talks. It's like, you guys, come on. You guys would have been destroyed if you came down my turf. Whereas it's like as soon as you put your quarter, it's like dead. Next, get the next guy. It's like guys, like we'd be, like Jay was like the 1 quarter wonder. He'd be on there for the whole day on 1 quarter with people lined up. It's like next. It's like you see, we judge everybody. You see this guy's like, who's this guy? I remember there's this one girl. There was a girl. She used Blanca. And you're like, oh, and she was beating all these people. To this day, I still use her technique because I watched her. Hey, Jo. So I watched her play as Blanca, and I watched her play for a long time. She beat like 4 or 5 guys in a row, and she used this one technique. I still use it today. And then I tell this story. People are like, oh, what happened when Jay faced her? I'm like, oh, he smoked her. He smoked her in 1 second, but she was pretty good. She got a couple of hits off. It's like we were like hardcore, man. It's like so I was watching her and Jay's in line, like literally in line to fight this girl. I came over and he's like, "Oh, what do you think?" I was like, "Yeah, you got this. It's don't worry about it." I said, "But she's got a good technique with Blanca, so I'm going to use that in my own way." And he smoked her. It's like, get out of here. And then he took over the machine and then he didn't get out. He didn't get out the rest of the day. Like, it's like, it's nothing. Like Jay just defeated everybody. It was like, oh, we got this big guy. Yeah. Okay. Come on here. Do whatever you want. He's going to beat you. All right. Jay, what'd you get, dude?
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. Let me show the back. Yeah. Yep.
Is that DVD or Blu-ray?
That's DVD.
It's DVD. I couldn't find a Blu-ray, man.
There's no Blu-rays. I don't
think oh man, I tried to get the Blu-ray.
Did you get the movies too with that, Jail?
Oh man, look, I'm gonna get it. Trust me, I'm gonna get it. That's the first thing. It's like I found it on eBay and I checked it. It was in good condition.
Nice.
Yeah.
The movies they're on, I think,
you can get them pretty easily.
eBay.
Yeah.
You can get them easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get them easily. We all have that. That edition. I have them as separate seasons.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you do?
Right,
oh,
yeah. The green ones, yeah.
I was lucky. I was like, man, I got it.
My buddy Lou Arkham, what's going on?
Arkham.
Oh, Arkham, you must be really liking this Fear State because I'm really liking it. Did you read Fear State, Steve? Did you start Fear State?
So this is the only one I'm going to do it for. I'm doing the checklist.
You're going to do the full thing?
I'm doing the full checklist.
Wow.
So I've done I Am Batman 0. I've done Catwoman 34. I've done Harley Quinn 6. I'm now up to Fear State. I'm going to do the whole checklist, so. This is the only. I'm just doing this once. I'm probably never doing this again. But it looked pretty manageable. I'm already getting a lot of it. So I'm doing the full checklist on this one.
Well, I read, when did it start with Batman Fear State number 1, right? That was where or did it start somewhere else?
I Am Batman 0.
Okay. So I didn't read I Am Batman 0, but I read Fear State number 1, and it was the damn best.
It's alpha, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, the link's in there, dude. The link's in there, Arkham. or did the link disappear? No, it should Arkham, and the link is like right. It's like 3 above you or something.
Skeptic got in. He didn't.
Yeah. Oh, you got your Coke. We're not gonna be too long. Now it's a holiday for us tomorrow, so
it's not a holiday in the States.
Is it a holiday tomorrow, guys, in the States?
Yeah.
Skeptic, I don't know if you have Labor Day over there.
No, Skeptic's in Canada.
I know, but like it's provincial.
Oh.
Yeah,
Labor Day? I heard Labor Day is coming up.
Labor Day, everyone gets. Man. Everyone gets Labor Day.
What about that new law or that new stat holiday?
And reconciliation. So here's what I found out. If you work for a federally regulated company or something, or like the government, the federal government, it's automatic. If you don't, it depends on the employer.
So it's a no for my guys.
If you haven't heard anything by now, I'm thinking not.
Yeah, so that's not happening.
I thought Canada had Labor Day.
Yeah, we've got it this Monday.
Oh, okay.
There's a Truth and Reconciliation Day because a bunch of people did some terrible things hundreds years, like a long time ago.
Oh yeah, flags are down everywhere.
I didn't know. I don't keep up with the news anymore.
Well, I mean, to say a long time ago, a bunch of people of one type did bad things to a bunch of people of another type. That's you could fill those A's and B's with anybody there ever was.
Point being,
hey Arkham.
Hey,
what's up, Arkham?
Yeah. What's up?
I mean, you can make the argument if you want to take that tack that almost every day should be a statutory holiday.
Right, everything's gonna be a holiday.
Are you excited for a Fear State, J-Man?
Yeah, big time. Steve and I are reading. Steve's gonna read the whole thing.
Like, yes, like it's surrounded by Scarecrow, and like I really like this. Like, I was okay with the Masterate. Now Scarecrow taking over.
It's way better.
It's way better, to be honest.
Way better. Of course, it's better because Scarecrow's like one of the best villains, and Mad Hatter's my boy. And he threw his name in there, saying, "Well, I got some tech from Jervis or whatever."
I always wanted to see a good live action Scarecrow, like the full suit and everything with fear toxin and everything like that. Like I know Matt Reeves probably do it. Like I like the actor from Batman Begins, but
for sure he's great for Scarecrow.
But he didn't really have the whole Scarecrow costume, and he was wasted.
He was wasted. I know. What happened? We lost Skeptic.
Skeptic didn't want to hear about Scarecrow, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'm loving this one because I always thought Scarecrow was a super cool villain and needed to do a bit more.
He's scary. He is scary, dude.
Camera's being funky. Okay, that's okay, dude. We're not going to be on. We're not going to be too much longer anyway. So if you come back, that's cool.
Part of my top 5 favorite Batman villains, like.
Yeah. Scarecrow's
like
awesome.
Joker will always go first, but Scarecrow's like in that top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like Scarecrow from the Arkham games and like Arkham Knight. Like you see the full scary version of Scarecrow.
What about King Tut? Is he in your favorites? King Tut is my second favorite of the Adam West villains.
King Tut is awesome, actually.
Number 1 is Mad Hatter, who I've got my little statue of Mad Hatter.
I like Mad Hatter. He's pretty cool.
I've got King Tut. I've got King Tut.
Was it Mad Hatter in the West series, the West Batman film?
Yep. I've got the statue. I've got the bust, the full bust of
Patrick Wayne or David Wayne. David Wayne.
Mad Hatter is my favorite in the Adam West Batman, and second favorite is King Tut. But in all of Batman villains, I like Penguin, I like Joker, I like Riddler, I like Scarecrow, I like Mad Hatter. I guess is that 5? I like. Yeah, I mean Mystery's okay. I guess that's my 5 maybe.
Two-Face is cool.
Two-Face is cool too. Yeah, Batman has a lot of good ones. It's hard to even make a top 5.
Like
really.
Batman has like the best rogues gallery. Like it's hard to pick.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to pick. I think I like Penguin the best for me. He's such a dick in this last thing too. He just like
I know.
I love Penguin, man. He's great.
Yeah,
he's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Riddler's mine, man.
Yeah,
yeah, I knew that, Steve. I knew that you liked Riddler from the beginning.
I would say
Sean likes Two-Face. I think is his favorite.
Yeah, Two-Face is the best.
Wow, such different opinions.
I would say Scarecrow's pretty much my favorite. Like he's up there, but I really like Joker. Like
Joker's the
best.
Yeah.
I like the other villains too, but like seeing Scarecrow use like the fear toxin and going through the Batman psyche and stuff like that, fighting like that always intrigued me about Scarecrow. The fight between Batman trying to like go. Fight the fear toxin.
Yeah. This whole fear toxin thing has been great.
J.O., Skeptic wants to know what's your posters. You got posters? You got posters in your room or whatever?
Oh, well, I got anime stuff like
anime.
That. Yeah. That's
which one is that,
man?
Yeah, it's One Piece. That's an anime called One Piece. Yeah.
I know what One Piece is. I have statues of One Piece. We have the entire.
You do?
Thing. Yeah, of course. We have all the anime. My wife is all caught up on One Piece. She's read every issue. Every...
My mind is astounded. Oh, and you already know it. I got this too. Yep. Brandon Routh.
I can't see who is it.
Brandon Routh. You can see it.
Oh, Brandon Routh. There you go. Okay.
Brandon Routh. There you go.
Got to get more.
Yeah.
Sean. You're being asked by Skeptic what you think of Two-Face from Batman Forever.
Oh, he doesn't like it.
No, but it's a good glimpse of what he would have been in the Adam West show, right? Because that's kind of how he played it. So, but I think
they messed up the coin flipping. I think Two-Face. I think Bane. See, I think Bane and Two-Face were the most ruined. Because
by the time they did Batman Forever, the cartoon had already done the 2-part thing with Two-Face, and it was brilliant. It was a brilliant rendition of him on screen. I think it's the first time he's been on screen because I don't think he's in the 2 cartoons before, like the Filmation and the Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, no, he's not in any of that.
Yeah, so I was really impressed with those. And then they did the movie, and I was like, "You're not taking this seriously, are you?"
Yeah.
So yeah.
And quick, who voiced Two-Face in the animated series?
Can't remember. Someone big.
Richard
It
Mall.
was a good voice.
Richard
though.
Mall.
Oh, Richard Mall.
Yeah, he was a good voice.
I thought he did Killer Croc. Did he do both?
I don't think he did Killer Croc. I thought
that was so funny. We're just talking about him all day today, right?
I know.
With Superman 3.
Richard
That's so
Mall
weird.
Day, everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, you had a lot of good, a lot of.
I would want to see Killer Croc in live action, like a better
version.
Like,
yeah,
when I think of Killer Croc, I see like this monstrous crocodile and stuff like that, like in the comics or the Arkham games. I did not like the one that I like when you first introduced Killer Croc. I did not like the version we got in Suicide Squad. That was like the poor representation towards like Killer Croc. Like really,
Killer Croc was Aaron Kincaid on the show, Sean.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
So Poison Ivy, good. They're all good. See, it's very you gotta you know what I think it's too difficult to rank them. It's probably easier to just say this is kind of the guy I like the most and then just leave it at that.
Yeah.
As soon as you start getting, because like while I rank them in my mind, people start bringing up other characters like, oh shit, yeah, he's good too. Oh shit, she's cool. So it's like I love Mad Hatter. I think he's great. He's weird. He's creepy. I like Mad Hatter a lot, but he doesn't get a lot of screen time or love because he's kind of a weird character. And what do you do with them? So it's like you need someone to embrace that weirdness, right? And it's hard.
So hard to do him live action though, not because of his stature or anything, but just because of the subject matter. Right? Yeah. Killer Croc, best design I think was Hush. Like his design, and because he was a lot like a crocodile in Hush. Like he'd become ultra mutated, and it was like it was super scary. He didn't even look human anymore. Like there was no human element of him.
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
Oh, J-Man, did you like the recent, I think, comic book of Nightwing?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, he opened up the Pennyworth. He opened up the Pennyworth Foundation. Nightwing has been stellar.
Yeah.
Steve's reading that too. Are you reading that, Steve?
Yeah, Heartless is a great villain.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying Nightwing and Robin have both been.
Robin's good too, man.
The entire run.
The Batman books have been really good, and action's been pretty good. Wonder Woman's like kind of getting weird now. Flash is not too bad. DC is not too bad right now. Marvel's in horrendous shape.
Horrendous. What's going on with that?
Oh my god!
It's brutal.
My goodness!
I canceled Iron Man. I stopped Iron Man. I stopped Captain Marvel. I dumped. I'm only getting the mutant books. Moon Knight wasn't too bad, but I kind of like I just like it. Just I don't know. It didn't grab me. Like when I go on Tuesdays, like I'm gonna go this Tuesday. I come home and then the first things I gotta read, like right away, it's like Batman, Superman. Like, if that's in my hand, I gotta read that like right now.
That's basically me.
I want to see the World's Finest.
Yeah, if they bring back the World's Finest. Well, hey,
that'd be cool.
I'm collecting all the DC Comics Presents. So.
Oh yeah.
These are the old ones. Check this out. Superman teams up with Clark Kent. How do you like that?
That sounds pretty good, actually.
J-Man, Skeptic wants to know why Wonder Woman is weird. Like what you're
saying. So I like it, but but the thing is, I think they're using the multiverses for the way people use multiverses, in that they're bringing in nostalgic vibes and stuff. Like they teamed up with Mixie's Pit like a Batmite, and they had a Wonder Woman version and all that. I like that. It's fun, but it's getting a little long in the tooth now.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I like it as well. I do like it. I like going to the multiverses, but at some point they're doing multiple multiverses.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, okay, I'm not getting I'm not getting a sense of this multiverse. Like, I'm okay to do one per issue to give me a sense of what's going on. But now they're doing so many.
An issue. There's like a little bit of Super Friends at one time,
right?
Like,
what's
a bit more,
right? So what's the point of it? So like, so I'm saying when I say weird, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying weird in the sense of I don't understand what the writer's trying to do.
Yes.
Do you want me to feel?
Yeah,
it's unstable. Yeah. Do you want me to get all nostalgic and be like, wow, what's the next week or next month's multiverse going to be? But it's not like that. I'm just like, okay, well, what's going on? Like, okay, so just get to where you want to get to then, because it's like you're kind of giving me half-ass multiverses. It's like, well, then just give it to me or not.
Right. I like how they made Wonder Woman like a god and stuff like that. Like, and she's like in control of the multiverse. I like that. Then you also have another Wonder Woman. It's kind of weird with the other Wonder Woman that she's going to Olympus and like all over, like, and she's not even when she returns Earth, that's not actually her Earth, it's a different Earth. So
right.
It's good. Like it's weird. Like I wouldn't say it's bad, but like I just want her to go back where the original Earth, so you can have that version of those characters now.
I mean, it's the same thing, I think, Arkham, that we keep saying in a lot of things. It's like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but why can't you just go back to the normal regular thing that I really like that? That's the problem. That's the problem. It's like, and that's where we're seeing like skeptics saying why he's getting sick of the multiverse shit. I am too. Because it's like everything's a multiverse now. Everything's got to be connected. And it's like, guys, I got into this game because I saw Batman, I saw Penguin. They were stuck in the Arctic together. And I'm like, that's cool. I want to read that. I didn't care if everything was connected. I didn't care if Joker was secretly watching them through binoculars. I don't care about that stuff.
I like the idea. See what they're doing now with Batman, which I like, is they've given you some other side characters. But it's Scarecrow. Scarecrow's like the main guy, and then just do a big super story arc with Scarecrow doing all this cool stuff. Once that story arc is done, then Scarecrow can take a break for a while, and you build up another villain. Like they've built up these other characters, this Peacekeeper guy, right? And now we saw him in Future State and all that, but whatever. But you've got what's his name? Well, they just got rid of the Vile, whatever is
Vile.
I know there is Simon
Saint.
I feel like something's gonna happen to like either like the Mastrate or something like that. Like I feel like within the fear state, like I feel like there's gonna something happen to Simon Saint. I don't know. I feel like Scarecrow might kill him.
Well, Batman's been really good with creating new, like we had the first victim, right, and the victim syndicate or whatever they called themselves.
They're awesome.
They were awesome. People forget that Court of Owls. They think they've been around forever. That didn't come until New 52. That was
that's a New 52 thing. Yeah, that was good.
You know, like I really liked Vile. I love that idea. Like he's like almost like an alien or something. Like you know, parasite. Like Batman has consistently given us. They had the Emperor Penguin. That was a cool character. Like Batman has had a lot of great new villains come in. Professor Pig is fairly new. Like Dollmaker, I think it's Dollmaker, right? Like Dollmaker was fairly new. They've got a lot. So I'm like Batman is one that consistently creates new characters and new villains and will give us something new, which I can't really say for a lot of the other ones. They just don't. They spin their wheels a lot.
I will say that if you're reading Action Comics, this idea with Mongol and his son or whatever the fuck it is, where they've got these aliens and they've chained them, and as you win, they add a link to your chain so that as you win battles, it's easier to win because you're getting, you know, more and more links. Yeah. And what it's done is it's psychologically linked you to the idea that getting a link in a chain is a good thing.
Good thing, yeah.
And I thought that was so disturbing. And I actually, like, because I didn't think, like, you know, I really didn't talk to it. I was just like, oh, wow, that's, whoever thought of that idea, I've never seen that ever.
Yeah, it's like the one girl's like, what kind of a champion is he? He doesn't even have any links in his chain. It's like, like what the hell?
They've got to the point where, they want to be chained, and Superman tries to remove. She's like, no, this is I've earned these links. It's like, how dare you remove this? And you're like,
oh yeah, like it's like a backstory where like they like have those chains for a reason.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty good though.
It's so
like something I would actually want to read. Yeah.
By the way, J.O., I finally remembered. You asked me about that half-dead guy, and you're like, why can't I find anything about that?
Yeah. You found it?
That's the character I created. That's why you can't find it. He's not around. I haven't published it yet.
I thought it was like an actual comic. Like
it's not a comic. I created that character as a pulp character. So that's why you can't find him. He's my character. I was thinking about that. I'm like, what was he talking? And I'm like, wait a second, what were we talking about at the time? And I'm like, oh yeah, the pulp guys we made. And I remember your eyes got wide when I explained mine, and you thought it was a character. No, I created that character. You'll have to wait till I publish it.
Look, when you were explaining it sounded very cool. I was like, man, I gotta get that.
I still have some of our hard copies, but issue 1 sold out. I still have some issue 2s left.
But we didn't do a second run of
we didn't do second run. It was a first printing only. So if you have a first printing run, it's pretty good. But so Steve, the books that Steve published are not his pulp characters that he created. They're his just like his novels. They're not. It's not like the. It's not. Well, they're good reads. I was going to say they're not the fun pulp adventures, but like you know. It's not that. It's not the superhero type of stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sean didn't publish his either. I did publish mine with the Morn character, but that's it. I've created other characters. I didn't publish those either. I was looking into Substack to do my T-Merchant stories, but in any case, that's a separate issue. But yeah, so Steve's books that are published that you can get are novels. So, but they're more serious or whatever. Or one of them is not, but they're more serious stories. But,
you don't like bubble tea? Skeptic.
What the hell?
Okay, well, what is he saying?
He says,
of course, I have bubble tea every. I just had one today. I have bubble tea every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then when I'm home on Wednesdays.
Wow.
I have it. Yeah.
The jelly balls scare me.
That's tapioca. Yeah. So I either get green apple green tea with mango jelly, or I get mango green tea with green apple jelly, or I get matcha milk tea with tapioca, or I get taro milk tea with tapioca.
That's a lot.
I rotate them. Today I had mango. I walk. It's like a 2-minute walk across the street. I walk to the bubble. I called and they know me. I just called them. I'm like taro. Okay, see you soon, Jason. I come over. I don't even talk. I just pay. How's it going? Good. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye. She knows my voice. Like the Asian girl knows my voice. It's like, hey, how's it going? I'll see you soon. Okay, bye. And then I walk over and get it. I have it minimum 4 times a week, mostly 5 times.
4 times a week.
4 times a week.
I love double tea. I'm like massively addicted to it, and all kinds. All kinds. So there you go.
You like Asian?
My wife is probably getting into bed, so I'm not. I'll answer that in private chat.
Did you see the I think it was the look of Aquaman 2 suit? It's from the comics.
Yeah, it's
from the comics. Remember in the comics where he actually has the blue suit?
I have the comics. Yes.
What is that?
I don't like that suit. I think I don't like that suit in the comics. But it looks like he's gonna have both suits. He's gonna have the yellow, the proper suit for a while, and then he might get a special suit.
They said it was a stealth suit. Like, but what's the suit from like the comics, like that one that Arkham just mentioned?
If you could Google, I'm not gonna share my screen because I'm gonna shut this down in like 5 minutes. But you could Google blue costume, and it's like blue and white, and it looks like oceans, like all mixed up. It looks like you know when you see camo gear and you see the camouflage gear, but it's the blue and white camouflage. It looks sort of like that.
Yeah, it feels like a stealth suit.
Yeah,
more like a Aquaman stealth suit. Like,
yeah, that's what it would
like
be.
that. And like, I feel like this is gonna be like a temporary suit where he maybe uses on like in the movie, but he'll still have that original costume.
Yeah, it's for the toys.
Yeah,
it looks cool. Like it's not terrible. It looks cool. Like it
has a cool design. Yeah, it has a cool design.
Yeah, it's from the comics. People can't say it's from the comics.
Yeah, I knew, Arkham, I'm sorry that you had to say this, but I knew someone was going to come in with that and be like, well, it's from the comics. Like, I don't care. Superman had long hair in the comics.
I love that, by the way.
He had a mullet, right?
Yeah, a mullet. Yeah.
He had a mullet.
You know, Superman had that electric red and electric blue costume. They're never going to do that. So whatever. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. But I just want the normal suit for as long as possible. And then if he gets the stealth suit, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm
okay with different suits.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that or whatever. But all right, guys, we're gonna end it off. We're gonna be back. We'll be back on Thursday to talk about stuff. I don't know when we're seeing Shang-Chi, man. I still haven't seen it.
You still haven't seen it? Okay.
No, we'll get to it, and then Sean and Steve, let me know about what you want me to order tickets for if you want to see James Bond.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
I'm good with Bond, and I think in October it's Bond, Halloween Kills, and Dune.
I have to see all 3 of those.
You're going to see No Time to Die.
I've seen every James Bond movie in the theater, starting from Daniel Craig, which isn't saying much, but I'm a James Bond. I've become a James Bond expert. Because I've read all the books except for 2.
I've seen the old Dune.
I'm a Dune. I'm not a Dune mega expert, but I'm a Dune not expert.
Yeah.
But I've read the first 3 books. I couldn't get through the 4th book for some reason. I don't know why. I have to try it again. I've seen the movie, the miniseries, the long version. I own everything. I own most of the toys. Actually, Sean, I was looking through. I've got almost all the toys. I don't know. I've got the worm, the figures, the big ones, the movie ones. Dune toys, there's figures. I've got them in the room.
Yeah, from the old movie. Yeah,
from the movie. Yeah.
What? Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah. I got the soundtrack.
Back then, they thought everything was Star Wars, so they made figures for everything, right?
I don't have like an ornithopter or anything like that. But this movie, to me, if you watch, like, oh man, I just watched Jodorowsky's Dune like last weekend. It's like the thing is like Dune. I'm very like picky on. This movie's gonna be very picked up. Like I'm gonna be very picky. So be prepared for my thumbs downs. It's like everyone's gonna be like, oh, I love this movie. I'm like, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna take a breath. Sean's already shaking his head.
Yeah, it's half the book.
Mm-hmm.
I know that directors nowadays don't know how to edit themselves, but you can do this as one full movie, like it's an epic like Ben-Hur or something like that.
I just watched Ben-Hur today.
But to do a 2.5-hour version of half the book, what is this? This better blow me away. It looks very ponderous and pompous to me, but
we'll see.
So Skeptic, I think people are going to love this. So yes, I think Oscar Isaac will be more beloved in this than the Star Wars garbage the sequel trilogy. I think it's going to happen. I think people are going to love it because they love Villeneuve. They love his movies.
Do they?
They do. They do.
I don't know, but I think movie snobs love Villeneuve. I don't know.
That's the people who are talking on the internet, though.
Yeah, but if this movie wants to make money, it's got to be a mass.
Well, no. The movie's not going to make. Well, no. Let's clarify this. The movie's not making money because Blade Runner 2049 didn't make money. So
right.
This
that's
is
what
definitely
I'm saying.
not making money.
Right. Yeah.
But the movie snobs are going to love this.
They'll eat it up. Yeah.
Well, again, pick your snob though, because Rob Egger absolutely destroyed that Blade Runner 2049. He absolutely destroyed it, and he's the guy that does 5-hour long movie reviews.
When I talk about film snobs, I mean the guys on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah, who don't know anything.
They're film snobs.
Yeah, they actually don't know anything because I look at the reviews. I'm like, you don't understand what you're talking about.
Poorly educated.
And just to clarify, I've seen Ben-Hur several times. I didn't mean to say I just saw it today for the first time.
Is it simply an nostalgia story? No, it's because no one wants to sit through a 3-hour movie anymore. Right.
All right, guys, that's it. We're gonna go. So we're all gonna be back on Thursday, and then we're all gonna be back on Friday talking about Steven Seagal, who's everyone's favorite actor, I'm sure.
Thursday and Friday. Gotcha.
Yeah, next Friday we're going to be on the Action Elite talking about On Deadly Ground. So if you care about the environment or care about the Inuit people, you have to be there. If you're not there, that means you automatically don't care about these people. I'm going to use peer pressure or social pressure to get people to go.
And then you can't take Truth and Reconciliation Day off, though. You guys are American, so you don't get it anyway.
That's right. You guys, it's like only we care about the truth. It's like you guys don't.
Oh man.
Okay, guys, that's it. All right. See you guys next Thursday. All right, take care.